Welcome to Fearful Symmetry, a continuing adventure. I'm your DM, Erin M. Evans. I'm the author of the Brimstone Angels saga, and I'm here to torture these people. I fib. We're here to have some fun. I'm also going to tell you about our sponsor real quick. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is a strategy game that unites iconic Dungeons & Dragons characters from novels, campaigns, and popular shows into one epic adventure, which includes Farida, Havilar, and Mehen from the Brimstone Angels saga.
Hey-yo.
The game is available for PC and Mac on Steam and Epic, Xbox One, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, iPad, iPhone, and on all Android devices. If you are interested, we have an Electrum chest code that you can grab at the bottom of the screen. You can also type !code to get a version you can copy and paste. So grab that and stick around. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, for more information, you can check out idlechampions.com.
Hey, I'm Rhiannon Held. I write urban fantasy is Rhiannon Held, and space opera is RZ Held. In my day job, I'm a professional archaeologist. I'm playing Artemisia, and until the end of July, if you like EPUBs, Smashwords is having a sale where all of my independently published EPUBs are 50% off. So that's my space opera, that's one of my Westgate Irregulars tie-ins, all kinds of stuff. I'll put links in the chat, so check that out. And I'm also going to tell you about our dice partners. Norse Foundry specializes in metal dice. When you roll them, it feels like you're skillfully smashing the rigid armor of the monster horde. You can find their dice and accessories at norsefoundry.com. Phoenix Dice is named for the creature that rises from the ashes because they use all recycled materials. You can find their dice and accessories at phoenixdice.com. Or you can type !ticket into the chat and you will be entered to win one set of Phoenix Dice of your choice shipped anywhere in the world.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Yang Yang Wang, and I'll be playing Stong Macguk, the barrel-chested, barrel-wearing, very hairy heir to the Murder Bear tribe. Steven.
Hi, I'm Steven Merlino. I'm playing the arcane trickster diviner Sturge, and tonight, if I am suddenly ejected from my seat by an unknown force invisible to you, I will prepare you to know it is because of a recurring and massive catastrophic hamstring cramp. So don't worry, it's painful, but I'm fine.
We're on hamstring watch. Yeah, hashtag 2023.
Aaron had just cast magic missile, so.
Sorry.
Oh, hey, it's my turn. Hey, I'm Trevor Bettis. I am the writer for Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, and I am playing Florin Morn, who is 100% a warlock.
Okay. So we begin back in the tower that is in this world known as Dovaskaya's magical accoutrements. And you have returned from finding Kayleth's Pale Shadow to Ilya, who has eagerly heard your whole story. And he's sort of pacing back and forth while you are sort of sitting around in various stages of injured and battered, but
and near death.
He was not letting you leave, and near death. Behind him is the oh my god, guys, I forgot the name of it again. The Iron Guardian, the big old magic robot, Ferris. And Ilya, who we will remember is the Pale Shadow of Cecilia, your friend and half sister for some of you. And he is very agitated about this. So he's okay. Let me get this straight. So you found her, the shadow, and she was becoming a lich.
Yes.
Okay. And so then that's when she was going to use this ad sack, and he points over at Thamior, who is Kayleth's brother, who was going to be the sacrifice, and he was sitting kind of to the side, like this ad sack to finish off the ritual. No offense. You beat her sort of, but then a god from your world reached in, put a crown on her head, and made her into a lich. So then you had to fight a lich and a bone claw, who was the not boyfriend of Kayleth, who is a book. That part I don't get, but I respect. Okay, so then Kayleth grabbed the sword. The sword is the key. It made the passage. She went home. Then it closed, so none of you left. And then the lich suddenly has this weird thing on its face, and it's saying there's a breach, and it's trying to attack you. And this is finally when you decide to come back to me and tell me what's going on.
I'll be
Is that
honest,
about
it took
everything?
it took us a few more moments than after that to do so, but yes, that is the gist of what happened.
Did I forget anything?
No, we did get hit a lot. If you can't tell by
Yeah,
all
you
of
look
us.
like shit, man.
Yeah, we feel like it too.
Okay, so I have some theories, but I also am curious because I can share the spotlight, whatever those Vremyani back in Running Rock say. If you have theories you would like to start with.
I got nothing. How about you all?
Well, that woman that came at the end, it seemed like she like reached into our brains and hurt us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know anybody who has mastery over psychic abilities?
Is it her realm? Does this realm belong to a goddess?
I mean, I don't know this lady.
She's the mirror.
Mirror?
The mirror that we went through.
Mm.
She's the being of the mirror. She's the mirror.
She's the mirror, but she's here. But
Wait.
she doesn't look like a mirror. Does she look like your friend? Did you like peel it up
No.
and see what's in there?
Oh
No.
We don't.
I do.
We don't really.
Next time I
feel?
will.
Feel's not a thing that we do.
Okay, fair. You're kind of cowards. I get it. Hey, you. He points at Thamior. It's like, you, was that your sister? Your sister with like a new look. Thamior, who is sort of like crouched on the floor, just kind of watching you guys, like, I mean, it sort of looked like her, was standing where she was, but it didn't sound like her. It definitely sounded kind of freaky. I mean, I don't really know. I just want to be clear. Before you were all mad at Kayleth, that's really was not like her. That I'm sure it was a joke. She didn't mean it.
I don't feel like you have a full grasp of what you have witnessed here today.
Sweetie.
Yeah. But you are adorable, so we're just gonna let you sit there and
his little wings, because remember he's a Navarro.
Yeah.
His little
Yeah.
wings kind of like droop a little, like, oh yeah, okay.
yeah, it's okay. It's gonna be fine.
Okay, a couple of things stand out to me here. One, you don't have a cleric, you guys. You are about screwed. So you need definitely a way to not get murdered, just in case one of your other shadows having to be a lich or something like this. Which fortunately, I might be able to help you.
Oh, good.
I have this artifact because I am Rashemi, because I am a Vremyani. I have this thing called the Tablet of Reawakening, which is very useful. It will bring people back from the dead.
Whoa.
People say these are made by the witches. I just want to be clear: the witches don't make this. The Vremyani make this.
Well, thank you. Who wants to hold on to
Well,
the...
hold up. There is one thing. I don't know what it is. I got a lot of.
Oh.
There's a lot. He's like points up the tower. He's like, there's a lot of storerooms in this place, and I have a lot of stuff. And to be perfectly honest, I don't live my life in a way that I need to be resurrected in any way. Who would do it, Ferris?
Well, I mean, this sounds like a really important, powerful magic item. Do you just like carelessly throw it around because you just have so many of these, like
I mean,
in your workshop?
like I said, I don't need it, but everybody has these. Rashomon is undefeatable.
Stop.
So
I'm
we
gonna
have
be honest.
many things like this.
I've known this person for a very short amount of time, and I'm gonna go on record saying this tracks.
So you know Cecilia, and that Cecilia, for example, had the hand of Vecna under her bed in an old handbag. So it's not entirely wild that this variant of her also would throw a Tablet of Reawakening into some storeroom.
Incredible.
So let me get this straight. The tower is full of storerooms, crammed full of disordered magical relics that you probably have no accounting for. And
I know where most things are. It's
you
definitely
need
in one of
us to
3 rooms.
search the tower.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, but this is not the only thing I see. One, Okay, so I do notice you have this question of what is a breach. So one thing that stands out to me is Kayleth touched the key, and that made the door.
Yeah.
If you touch your key, that means you will go home. But there are 4 of you. He looks at them here. Yeah, 4 of you. And so if each of you touches your key, you will whittle down until 1 person is left. And for, luck of Bishaba, that one is going to have to fight another lich or something. Or like a dragon. I don't know your
Whoa.
business.
Each time one of us finds and touches our key, we're just instantly taken away back to the real realm.
This is why I am going to suggest that you don't touch your key. Once you know that's it, if you've got your hands on it, take them off and let someone else pick it up and bring it back here. I stick it in the vault, and then when you have all of them, you can all go at the same time.
A question.
Yes.
I thought that I saw Kayleth's a door opened
Mhm.
back here, and then she, of her own will, walked through it.
So
I don't think she was, I can't remember
Oh.
if she was sucked through it.
Oh no, she was.
she was,
Oh,
yeah,
what
She
would
was-
happen?
pulled through.
What would happen? What would be is there any scenario in which our selves from this mirror world could go through that door and return to our world?
Oh, lovely.
Well, this is a question, right? Because the bone claw went with her. So obviously we can leave.
Oh, that's
I mean,
Wh-
so
okay.
I mean, I think so that sort of speaks, I think, to not just like grabbing keys all over the place, because if we do it somewhere like in a controlled situation, we can make sure that like nobody's sneaking with us. So
What
So
if
this
we
is
fall?
Otto.
What if we love our other self and wish to bring them back with us, so there are 2 of us?
that
Well,
sounds kind of dirty.
yeah. I'm gonna
this is your
be on
business,
that
my
side of that
guy.
line.
I do think, however, you should be careful because there is that story about the double tearing
Yeah.
off the skin, and she didn't do this, but also she seems like maybe kind of a nerd.
Yeah, like
So-
I'm pretty sure that there's a good chance that as soon as our other self sees us, they're gonna, go red eyes and try and kill us. Apparently,
I mean,
there's good-
that's, well, we don't know, right? Because the Kayleth didn't do this, and that's the only one
true.
we have. You guys, so you left the me behind, right? Did she just
Yeah.
ditch you or something?
No, not quite. In fact, I'm pretty sure that we survived because of her.
Yeah, she was doing something to like hold open the passage through the mirror better or something.
Oh, okay.
So-
So that passage might be open. That's interesting. I will see if I can find something. Maybe Sadzak here can help me do some research.
So
Okay.
I have a question.
What is that question?
Kayleth going home was a breach, but
Maybe.
us coming here wasn't a breach. But when we go home, is that a breach?
That's a great question, because I noticed there are several things that happen in this time. Your god reaches through. That is one breach of the membrane, perhaps. Kayleth rips a hole. That is another. And then Kayleth leaves.
It's stuck in here.
One of these is the breach. So we don't know which. Do any of you have a way to contact a god that could maybe take you from your world? Because that would be a good experiment to try. Do you have any buddies, any godlike creatures that are up in your business that might like to do things for you?
None that I trust to do anything for free or out of the goodness of their heart.
I kind of make it my business to avoid divine attention.
Well, there are always experiments we have to leave behind, I guess. And also, if you accidentally summon that creature with the weird veils, he looks over all of you. He's like, you will all die, I'm pretty sure. So maybe this is best. Okay, so here is the thing too. You're gonna have to find yourselves, because I only know her, and he points at Artemisia. So I can tell you how to get there, but I don't know the rest of you. So I don't know how we find this, but if you know, maybe you know somebody in this town that we could see if they know you or something else. And then there is one more thing that I have been thinking about since you left, and I was wondering if you would come back. I don't want to teleport you to Aglarond because I don't know what your Aglarond is like, but it is a bunch of nosy wizards here who are very prissy and up in your business. And I think it might be best if you just take a boat.
Okay.
I love boats. Heck yeah.
So those are some things that maybe we should do. We can cross off call a god because, again, we don't know anybody. But you should maybe get this tablet. You should, if you know anybody, you can bother about where your shadow might be. And you might need to get a boat.
Wait.
Meanwhile, I will start making Samuel here help me. What was it you wanted me to do? I really would like to look up some stuff about this weird creature. But I am also here for the other thing that I have forgotten. I forgot it. I feel like Ilya would remember. What was it you wanted him to do?
What did we?
Come on, chat. You were paying attention.
No, I thought that was all of it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
he's
I
gonna
thought
do.
he
He'll
wanted
go-
us
he'll
to
go
look for
see-
this regenerator
Yeah,
or
yeah.
resurrector.
Oh yeah,
Um,
no, I don't want to go up in there. My allergies are terrible. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been in there in a while, so sometimes little creatures get in there and they bite sometimes.
Well, so I'm gonna bring in Mitzi and like have a little conversation with her. Like, so we're looking for something, and
Oh,
Ilya, can you explain to my Tressum like kind of it like in cat terms? Do you know what cat terms would be for the tablet?
He's like this big. It's made of stone. It's covered in Rashami runes. It radiates magic. I don't know. I don't have a cat.
Anyway, so Mitzi, but there's lots of like vermin around, and we really need you because you're such a great hunter that like
Okay.
everybody will be so impressed if you can like get rid of some of the vermin and maybe see the tablet too, but like the vermin is the important part.
okay. I can do that.
Just with the podge.
Do you still want me to boop someone?
Oh, do you still have it like saved
I
up?
think so.
Okay.
I was supposed to, and then stuff happened, and then
Yeah,
we were
boop
here.
Stone. He's
Okay.
pretty bad off.
So the Tressum flies over and just boop, hits you with her little kitten nose. And you are given back the, I think you had 42 healing in that one,
Yep.
if I remember correctly.
Whoa.
It's been a while.
Good.
I'm
night,
very
everyone.
good familiar.
You are. Better hand.
I think Florin's gonna think for a moment and go, we're in Westgate, right?
Yeah.
I might know of someone who might know me in this world. Not really sure where to look for her though.
I
Well-
was thinking about going out there and enlisting the services of a divination wizard.
Hmm?
Perhaps they could help with their scrying magic or prediction magic to help some of us figure out where to go or track down this veiled god.
Have you thought about what's gonna happen when you say, I want you to find me?
Ooh, that's a
Oh.
good question. Like a paradox.
Yeah. But it might also be a good initial test of their abilities.
It's fair.
So Florin, I
Mhm.
will say, I'm assuming the person that you're looking for is the person that I told you might know you. And you know that when she is in Westgate, generally people know her as a thief.
Okay.
So what you will need is some kind of sneaky, shadowy contacts,
Okay.
which
Hey,
someone in this group might have.
I wonder.
Anybody go with crime?
Look over at Sturge.
We're in Shadow Westgate, right?
Yes.
So I don't know if, and I mean, it's definitely worth Sturge going out to see if he also has, there's all these shadow contacts.
Yeah.
So he will get out there and give me an hour, and I'll see what I can find and learn. Of course, it'll be very interesting to see what they say if they recognize him, because the Shadow Sturge would have been the one making all these contacts to begin with. Anyone can come with if they like.
Yeah, I think I'll go with you on this.
Right?
I can at least recognize her if she's not using the name that I know her by.
Who is this again?
Her name's I actually don't. Is it Kachum? Is that how you say him?
Pochen.
Kochen. Okay.
Pochen. And right. So Sturge will head out and go to
Okay.
some of his most trustworthy. There's
Mhm.
always that one dude, the far-gazing dwarf Salt down on the docks. But
Okay. So make me an insight check really quick.
okay.
Florin, before you go, do you want a healing spell?
I would love one if you
Okay.
have one available.
It's lower level, but that's 26.
That's still better than the 41 that I have.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So insight is 17.
17. Okay. So you know that one of the risks here is some of these people aren't going to know you, because as far as you know, Sturge is not in Westgate.
Right.
So you might want to think about who you think you could convince to talk to you fresh, based on what you know about them, which may still be the Farseer dwarf. But that is probably going to be the best way to find a person to talk to in the event they don't know you at all.
So right. So and he's also concerned that maybe he's hated here and he doesn't want to get jumped. So I think until he gets down to the docks, he'll put his disguise on, use disguise self to look like someone that would approximate my companion's brother. And so it just looks like two half
You're gonna look like a
elves.
tiefling.
Oh, is it a tiefling? I forgot.
Florin's a tiefling.
Right.
I mean, to
tiefling.
be fair, you could be brothers, like half brothers,
Yeah.
and you could be a
Right.
half elf, and he could be a tiefling.
Right.
But if you want to look like a tiefling until you match,
No, I'm not going to do the tiefling today. I'm not feeling it. Just gonna be a half elf of average appearance and head down to see if the old Salt is around and see what we find him. Okay.
So you guys are going to go and try to track down Kochen and also see if you can find someone who knows Sturge. Artemisia, it sounds like you and Mitzi are going to go look in the storerooms. Stong, what do you want to do? Do you want to go find the divination wizard solo?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Splitting the party in Westgate.
or
Nothing go wrong.
That's going to happen, sure.
Dong, if you want company, I could leave Mitzi to like work on her own, and if we happen to go by where Briar House is, like maybe I could just like look at the outside of it, and also we could find your divination wizard. But
I'd also be curious in Briar House if your rune has any sort of influence over it, and or like what the alternate versions of the servants in the home is. So yeah, sure. Let's do it.
I mean, it's like Ilya was saying. It's like an experiment.
Yeah,
Right.
you're gonna go test stuff. Okay. Let me do one quick thing.
I mean, if nobody's home, then that's understandable because Nobody can be prepared for every knock at their door.
Someone said if there's any good NPCs that you want to make sure you talk to, tell me ahead of time so I come up with clever answers for who is their shadow. Excuse me, gentlemen and lady.
I said
Well,
the outside.
how about the divination wizard first?
Oh,
No,
okay.
Just the outside is all that I'm worried about.
Okay. All right. So you guys are going to do those things and you're going to leave Mitzi. Do you have instructions for Mitzi? Like when to contact you? Do you just want her to look for the thing and find it? Or do you want her, if she finds something, to tell you she's found it? Or what?
I think that I would basically say, like, go around, hunt some stuff, have some fun. If you find something, like, remember where it is, and then when I come back, I'll come and like look at all the stuff that you've like thought of, so that I'm not getting like false alarms all the time, because I'm sort of assuming she's going to find a bunch of stuff that isn't it. So.
Oh, 100%. This is why I'm like, what are the parameters here? Okay. And
So I think like before we leave, Stong's gonna summon up his Pegasus and then tell the Pegasus, he's gonna send the Pegasus on the same task as Mitzi, and then he's gonna tell the Pegasus, listen to Mitzi. Mitzi is the boss.
does the Pegasus talk?
Only to
I know it
me
talked
mentally.
Only to you. I know it talked in the abyss, but that was kind of an extraordinary circumstance.
Does
Okay,
it fit
it's like-
in the storerooms?
We'll find out.
Yeah, it kind of looks at you like, yeah, okay, fine. You're the boss.
No,
No,
Mitzi is the boss. You're already wrong.
Didn't even give me a sugar cube. Clop, 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 clop. Okay. All right. So you guys are gonna set off. You are walking in, I'm pretty sure, different directions. If you're going down to the docks, that is away from Briar House. And then you guys are gonna walk past Briar House to do you know of a divination wizard, or do you know someone to ask?
No, I assumed that
Who's
there was
gonna
like a
have like a shingle in the market or something?
right.
Yeah, okay.
Sturge
Plausibly.
Sturge knows divination, so he might be he has no divination like scrying or anything, but he might know of, therefore, people that that he's spoken to or whatever about divination in general that he could direct, could have given little instructions. I don't know, maybe a luck roll on that one.
Sure.
Okay, let's just go with a straight bald 20-sided die. Here it goes.
High you know somebody, low you don't.
Right. Oh, a 15.
Okay. You are familiar with a divination wizard who sometimes sets up shop in the market telling fortunes. Her name is Kanjan Telekor Vashti. She's a dragonborn.
Dragonborn. Okay. I will, the name will not come off of Sturge's tongue well. And so
You could just call her Vashti.
Vashti. So Stong, her name is Vashti. She's dragonborn. What color?
I'm gonna say yellow.
Yellow. Beautiful urine colored dragonborn.
She has silver skewer piercings in her jaw.
Very nice.
Which she told you is important. I don't know that you absorbed why.
Yes.
But
Some clan thing. She has a shingle in the market and tells fortunes. And if perhaps she isn't capable of doing what you'd like, it's possible she would know someone who could.
Thank you, Sturge. That's a great lead. Before you and Florin leave, let me just refresh our telepathic bond, just so we can communicate with each other in case there's some issue. So Stalin wants to just cast that spell again as a ritual.
Can you cast a spell that stops him from using urine colored as a descriptor ever again?
I'm sorry. Nothing. I don't have anything that powerful.
You're getting to be part of the group now, Florin.
It's a very dehydrated one.
Oh God.
Piss dragon.
No, we don't need those words.
Hmm. Right.
Okay. So you're both gonna set off on your various errands. Let's start with Florin and Sturge.
Mhm.
So you guys are walking along. What do you talk about?
I think Florida would probably go. So I've never been here to Westgate. What is what anything I mean, I know this is the mirror world. Anything I should know?
The Westgate from our world is a flea-bitten, wretched place. This
So there's hope
place,
for here.
exactly. I mean, this place I could live in. It's the mirror version of Westgate. The streets are clean. The children are happy. There's no Night King lurking below. There's no puerile offspring of the Night King gallivanting around calling himself the such and such knight. No, it's lovely. I could have lived here, but in actual Westgate, I couldn't get out fast enough.
All right. Well, glad I'm stuck in the parallel world of this one then.
Yes, you are. You have no idea. I didn't mention the gangs. There's gangs as well.
Oh, I assumed. They usually, yes.
So I will say, Florin, you know Kochen, who
Mhm.
in your world is a Harper spy master who is located in Westgate. She is a thief as her cover, although Viscaris is like, she's a thief. That's what she does.
Mhm.
And that she thinks it is a wise choice to leave the field crowded so that they can all occupy each other. But she has kind of, it is fair that she has talked about Westgate, but it is also fair that with Kochen, you did not necessarily know if you should believe a word she said.
Yeah. That's. I was figuring going to a different source would be good. But that is making me wonder, knowing about her, what she might be doing here if she is here. Because if she is still thieving and whatnot, and in that sort of way, a nice and happy Westgate might not be what she's looking for. But may as well look.
Right. And what is she human? Is
That is a
she
fantastic question.
She is human.
human?
She is human. She is Tweegan, which are people from the basically fantasy Mongolia. So yeah, she's not she's not a dragonborn.
And would Sturge's understanding of sort of the thieves underworld give him any angle on where this Kochen would be? Or would have been in Ugly Westgate?
So this is a good question. You've never met Kochen,
Hmm.
but with that information, do you know anything about Kochen? So maybe let's see, what's kind of check you can make for this? Maybe it's a history check,
Okay.
or maybe it's an insight check.
Well, I'll go
Follow
with
your heart.
insight. I'll go
Go
with
for it.
insight. 21 insight.
So when Florin describes this woman to you, you feel like maybe you've seen her before. A petite Tweegan woman who passed through some of the sketchier places you've been. You definitely feel like you've made eye contact, but never been introduced.
Okay, so I
And
think
the idea that she might have all along been a Harper is strange and fascinating because she has never interacted with the Westgate Irregulars.
Yeah. Okay. She probably regarded us as one of the combating forces to occupying each other.
When the Night King is busy getting his nose tweaked by you guys, he doesn't bother other people.
Right. All right. So we'll go down to the docks, and if we don't see anyone we know. We'll try maybe the Black Boot, the tavern where lots of things began long ago.
Oh, sounds lovely.
All right, you guys go down to the docks. And one thing that you do notice as you go along here is that it does stop being quite so clean and bright.
Hmm.
The docks seem sort of dark and foreboding.
Hmm.
There are tough looking sharp jaws on the corners, eyeing you as though they are looking for a fight. This place seems to embody a different idea of what Westgate is.
Hmm.
It is inhospitable in a way. You are
Mhm.
definitely being noticed, but they are
Mhm.
giving you a wide berth. Perhaps you are still a little beat up from the encounter with the Lich, and you look like you know how to handle yourselves.
Mm.
But you do stroll along the dockside, heading for the Black Boot, which you know from as you said, old times. And when you arrive, let's say, yeah, you see your friend the dwarf,
Hmm.
Salt. Now, do remind me, what do I need to know about Salt?
He's pretty much a dreamy-eyed old guy who's always gazing off at the horizon and didn't have a boat. I think he had a rowboat when we first met him.
Was this the guy who had the haunted ship?
Yeah, we gave him the haunted ship.
God.
That's right. Okay.
So I think he rowboated us out to the haunted ship, and as part of his payment, he got to keep the haunted ship.
Oh boy.
I think I heard about this in the game I played with Garlock.
Mm. Yeah, so he's basically just a dude who's always at the docks. The way I read him, he had no secret agenda or anything. He was just kind of a old salt trying to make his way, and wasn't intimidated by someone with a long nose.
Always good. Okay, so what is this dude like in the shadow world? Well, okay, I'm gonna say at a glance, he seems exactly the same. He's sitting at a table with a mug of ale, just kind of solo and considering his own thoughts. He is joined briefly by a human man, a Shao man, also carrying a flagon of ale, and they sit and they're chatting.
What, the Shao man look like a sailor also, or
Yeah.
All right. I think
You guys gonna play this?
I think Sturge is just gonna sit where the man can see him, right in his, like over the shoulder of the Shao man or something, or off the shoulder of the Shao man, and then he's just gonna drop his disguise. He's gonna look at the man and drop the disguise and be himself.
Okay.
Florin is going to sit where he cannot see him.
Okay.
And
so you're sitting where the Shao man can see you, or where Salt can see you?
No, where Salt can see me.
Okay.
And so I'll tell Florin what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say I'm going to reveal myself to this man and see if he has a reaction. Watch his reaction. Are we all telepathically linked?
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Watch his reaction and help me read it.
Okay.
I have no idea what his experience with Shadow Sturge has been. So yeah, I don't think he's violent, but who knows?
Okay, so you drop your disguise.
Mhm.
The movement of that change draws Salt's eye, so he glances up at you, and you see his eyes kind of widen, and then he sort of looks aside, and then he looks at you again and looks aside.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna nod. If he looks a third time, I'm gonna nod.
He leans forward and speaks to the human man, who sits up, and then like casually does one of these stretches and looks at you. And
casually
turns back. Florin, if you're on the other side so that Salt can't see you, you see the human man go.
I had a second there where I was going to say, okay, when the guy's turning around to look at me, I changed back into the half elf. but nah, I wanted to see the reactions.
Oh,
They
that's so
don't
good.
that your impression is they don't know you, but you are a very striking looking individual.
That's disappointing.
I'd like to do an insight check on just them at that table to kind of see if I think that that they are making gestures as in a defensive thing or like, oh my god, can you believe he's here sort of thing, like a gossipy
Gotcha.
way or threatening way.
Gotcha. All right, give me an insight check.
This is why I should roll digital dice. That's a 9. I don't know anything.
Okay, you think that they are talking about his nose, and you are going, oh my god, am I screwing up this mission already?
Normal Florin thoughts.
So
Your anxiety is kind of, your anxiety about doing your Harper thing is like a little bit building.
That
maybe past experiences are bleeding forward, and you are, kind of shaking. Serge, give me an insight check.
20.
Florin's freaking out a little bit over there, you think?
Chill, dude. It's all right. It's all right.
Okay.
It's all right. That wasn't, Sturge would never say that. Say, it's all right. No one's standing and drawing weapons. So does Sturge see more in Salt's eyes than just, wow, that guy's got a big nose?
No. You
No.
think this is the, you have had the experience of people reacting to your visage.
Yeah.
Like, you know what it's like, and you know that you draw a certain amount of attention. And sometimes people can't see past the nose. This seems like he can't see past the nose. But it is not a case of that's the nose guy. There's a nose guy in this tavern.
Interesting. I wonder if the Shadow Sturge was never here. All right. Remind me again, Florin, we're looking for Kochan.
Kochan, yeah.
And I'm, of course, curious about Sturge. Did we have another mission? I have a bit of a fog going on.
No, we were mainly trying to find out any information we could about Kochan, though most likely that's not the name that she uses. And we can't very well just go up and be like, hey, you know Harper?
No, we're looking for a thief, remember?
That's true.
You are both very sneaky gentlemen.
It's true.
I feel like you can do this.
And I'm actually going to be a little more sneaky. How long does this last? Oh, beautiful. So Florin is sitting at a table separate from Sturge. And actually is going to double check real quick. He's like, so this place in our world had a lot of like seedy underground things happening, correct?
Oh, yes. Yeah. It's
okay.
A hive of scum and villainy.
Then let's see if
this was like one of Stong's big venues. I would like you to put some respect on that name.
Stong's big venue.
I don't know why you hear Cecilia's voice in your head in that moment.
Now, because now of all these things, I'm just picturing Stong going. So what he's gonna do is subtly cast Mislead, which allows him to have an illusion of himself come over him sitting at the table, and then he himself becomes invisible, and he stands up and he starts walking around and just unabashedly listening in on every conversation he can.
Okay.
And he's also I want to say on the lookout for anyone that is looking at him, in case there's anyone that has any see-through invisibility, true sight, any of those fun things.
That is fun. Okay.
And meanwhile, just so you know, Sturge is just going to go right up to the bar and the bartender and put 5 gold pieces down and say, describe Kochan and say, I'm looking for this friend of mine. Can you help me? And he'll say it loud enough that a lot of people in the whole bar can hear. And that might get people talking.
Florin is now looking at all of those people.
I love it. So the barkeep, as you know, is Gnarl Shatterspike, who's also the owner. He seems actually weirdly really well cleaned up. Like he seems like a fine proprietor. There seems to be, you've noticed going around that there's sort of like, there are layers to this whole shadow of a lie thing that if enough people lie about a place, it seems to kind of affect it. right? And the belief that this is a hive of scum and villainy and not a reliable establishment is the ascendant belief about this place. Whereas Gnarl seems to be thinking he's serving in a fine, excellent, reasonably priced bar that doesn't ask too many questions. So he's cleaning a mug. He looks down at the coin. He's like, Tweaking woman?
Mm.
He kind of looks around.
Petite.
I mean,
Clever.
I don't know anything,
Mm.
but if you're gonna ask around, you maybe shouldn't be asking. You should be asking for the spider. He takes the coin and he just like touches his nose.
Lucky.
You got something. You got a job?
Big one.
I'm gonna tell you one thing I don't know. She likes the story, that one. Florin, from your perspective, you do see a pair of people sitting at one of the back tables, but still within earshot of Sturge. There is a halfling woman and a human man. And they're playing it cool, but you watch their eyes dart to Sturge and then dart to each other. And then they very carefully drink their ale.
Yeah, I'm gonna go kind of hang out over by them.
All right. As you're standing there, the halfling woman says, I think it's time to go. And the human man says, like, you read my mind. They put down their cups and very casually pick up their things and leave the black booth.
Oh, dang it. I think Florin's gonna follow him. He's gonna mentally tell Sturge, I've got a lead. I'm following them out the tavern right now.
Okay. Sturge will put his back to the bar, but keep looking over at Old Salt, but just kind of peripherally see who he's tailing.
So yeah, as a heads up, I am invisible.
Right. Right.
I will give you the description of them. It's like halfling woman, human man. And kind of do it that way.
Probably see him getting up and leaving, right?
Oh
yes, you do.
Okay.
They are, I mean, like, it's one of those things, like, they are very casual about the whole thing. They're very unobtrusive, but they are not invisible or anything. So you do see them go.
Okay. Good. I will try to tail within like a block of you, and you can give me the details of where you're going.
Sounds great.
Right.
Okay, let's switch over and give Artemisia and Stong something to do. Once again, you guys leave Dovaskaya's magical repairs and accoutrements, heading for Briar House. What do you guys talk about on your walk?
Well, I think Artemisia would take a little while to work up to it. She'd mostly be sort of looking around and being like, oh, the decorations on that sort of, facade are different. They're nice, sort of small talk stuff. And then she's finally gonna look at Stong and be like, so do you think my shadow is doing something equivalent to the whole lich thing?
Well, honestly, no. I don't think I've ever seen you have a really large problematic desire. I mean, we've been together for a while, and To me, it just feels like you're looking for some love and some approval. How could that be twisted and turned into something really wrong?
Artemisia's not laughing, but
I wonder when he says that, Artemisia, what pops in your head?
I mean, I think that probably some girls from when she was at the finishing academy, who in trying to get the teacher's approval and boys' approval, would just tear each other down and metaphorically stab each other in the back. And so seeking approval is not necessarily a good thing in her mind. Yeah, I mean, it seemed like Kayleth here was under a ton of pressure, and then it just exploded everywhere. And I was kind of under a lot of pressure, and so I mean, I'm hoping that I didn't explode everywhere or something, but Ilya didn't say that I was, I don't know, a dragon in that world.
Yeah, Ilya seemed
so-
pleased to see you, and Aglaron still seems to be there, so you couldn't have done anything too bad, your other you. So, Kayleth seemed to hold some feelings against her brother, and so she ended up targeting her brother. Who do you have ill feelings against?
Marcelea, but she's still at home with Marcelea, so I guess maybe she's okay with her. So
And that's it?
I don't know.
Nobody else?
Nobody like that. I didn't have any siblings. So, okay, I had also a question for you. So, how my birth mother and Cecilia's birth mother didn't die and is her patron now, but she's not a god. But do you think that's powerful enough to try to contact her?
I mean, yeah, maybe. I think it's definitely worth a shot. I actually thought about her, but I didn't want to bring it up just in case it's I always sensed that there was a little something uncomfortable there for
Well,
you.
I mean, there is, but I just suck it up. So, because I don't the other one came home with us, the Mother of Rats one, from the other world, but I don't think she's very powerful. So, maybe Florence patron. I mean, I was gonna ask him about that too. So,
Hey, wait a minute.
what?
You didn't feel kind of good about that, right? The whole thing with Skaha.
Yeah.
I mean,
You think I'm gonna do something? My shadow would do something to her?
I mean, would you? I mean, think real carefully now. Are you being
Okay.
real honest with yourself about your feelings around Skaha and Cecilia?
I love Cecilia.
I mean, you didn't mention Skaha.
There's very much that sort of moment of shit, you caught me. But well, I mean, does my shadow even know her? I didn't even know her till I met Cecilia. And well, let's talk about something else. Who else? So Florence patron. Who else can we contact?
The other thing I didn't want to mention was that I've always felt Sturge had some sort of connections to godlike beings. I mean, he never really specified what kind of a connection, but
Do you believe him?
I mean, yeah, why shouldn't I?
I mean, I think that Artemisia is questioning herself enough that is there some sort of thing that I could do with an insight check? Like,
Sure.
should she believe Sturge?
Make an insight check.
Okay.
Song is so sure here. that
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
checking with yourself. Wait a minute.
To be fair, Stahl is sure about almost anything that has to do with his friends.
21.
21. Oh, you love Stong.
Okay.
But there's just so many things that you're like, could Sturge actually be a god or connected to gods? And then you run through all the stuff you've been through, and man, there were a lot of times it would have been very helpful if some god just poked their head in and fixed something. And the times that something like that almost happened, it was not great, and it was not Sturge.
Well, and I don't want anything to do with Lilton. So just
That's who I was thinking. I did not want to contact ever.
He wouldn't help. He'd make it worse anyway. So
Do you think if I believe in somebody else's lie wholeheartedly, that would influence this world?
that's a good question for Ilya, actually.
Quick, lie to me about something that we can instantaneously verify here now.
When she has
But don't tell me it's a lie.
Where you have to come up with something on the spot, and you're like, I got nothing.
Two truths and a lie is the most deadly game here.
Yeah. Just do it subtly later at some point so I don't know that the lie is coming, and then verify it for me later whether it worked or not.
Oh, okay. That's a good plan.
Hey,
Right.
could I ask you something too?
Yeah.
You've been around me for a long time also. What do you think my biggest lie is? Or what am I lying to myself about?
Well, I mean, when you had the book, did you ever afterwards, did you ever sort of be like, I would never do that again? You know, because stuff like that can be kind of tempting.
I mean, I don't ever want to do that again, but I mean, I could accidentally open it again. I think I wouldn't ever, purposefully try to open it again.
Okay. Yeah. You're a pretty upfront guy. So it's kind of hard.
I recognize some of the things that I did might have been effective in a certain way, but that's just not who I am. If I really wanted to do those things and get my way by harming people and murdering people, I could do that without the book. Right?
That's true. It's not a lie.
A question in chat has prompted me to say, Son, make me a perception check.
Okay. Are we allowed to know what that question was?
I will but you will know by the answer.
Okay. Perception check. 17.
Your neck is itchy.
Oh God! Stone starts scratching the back of his neck.
And Artemisia, you know what's on the back of his neck too.
Oh, I do. Okay. Stong, no.
No what?
you were thinking of it, right? That's why you touched it. Like it sort of came to
I
mind.
mean, it's itchy. If something's itchy, I just scratch it. I'm scratching it right now because it continues to be itchy.
But
The
like,
brand of Glasia is raised under your fingertips. You can definitely tell it is still there.
Oh, God. Oh, Artemisia. Holy cow, have I ever told you about this thing? And then Stog lifts the back of his hair and points at the mark of Glasia.
Actually, no, since you got kind of all sucked into Glasia's wilds there for a bit, and it was made very clear you've got a brand from your adoptive baby mama.
Oh, boy. I mean, I can't wrap my head around whether this is my greatest lie or not, but the fact that it's itchy, yeah, that really worries me. And it's another being that definitely is like, godlike abilities that we do not want to communicate with, right?
yeah, like, because, like Merkel coming with crown, like whatever would happen with her, like, don't want that because we lost her hourglass. It shattered.
Yeah, I made her some deals that she hasn't come yet collect on, and I don't know why she hasn't come yet to collect on them. So yeah.
Is this why you're eating so much bread?
Yeah, he's just constantly. Well, better just eat and hurry to our next location.
All right.
Bread.
Are you going to the market first or Briar House first?
Briar House.
Okay, so you find Briar House. So I will say this: you considered your options and decided to walk past where Briar House was originally, just to check. And it is there; it is on its original site, not where it was transported after the craziness of the events we call Wrongstong. It looks very much like you remembered it. It is a tidy little cabin, very, very polished but homey. You cannot tell who is living inside it, but it does seem to be occupied. You do notice, however, that the rose garden is looking a little wilted. It is not as spectacular. However, it is also lacking those eerie black roses that grew over Sturgis Brothers' grave.
Less fertilized.
You stand looking at it, and what does that make you feel?
So speaking of like sort of rubbing at a spot because you're thinking about it, she's like rubbing Stong, you'll notice she's rubbing where the rune on her hand is that says home, that like linked her to her Briar House. And she's sort of like, you can sort of see that she wants to go in, but she wants to like leave right now. And it's really kind of like seeing an X where even if it ended amicably, you're like, I don't want to deal with this, but also like I have such good memories with them.
I mean, we could approach as animals, maybe. Just get a little peek inside.
Yeah, I kind of want to. Not like, do you have an animal that's like not like a giant ape or something that's really flashy?
Stone looks like almost offended for a second. He's like, how dare you? Giant apes are.
Can you do a wolf?
Yes. But let me see if I even can anymore.
I will say one of the ways that I know that there's like a good joke from the original show is the genuine Steven laugh. Like, that's why I'm like, oh, this was a good one.
Okay, I can't turn into an animal, but new plan. You go up there as an animal, and after or you could give me a mental signal, and I'll come being like, oh, my dog got loose. You help me find my dog, and then I can get you out of there.
But so she's gonna like grab Stong's arm, like he's gonna like lunge for the house, and she's like keeping it back, even though he's not going anywhere right now. But we shouldn't go in or like talk to anybody. Like that would be bad. right?
I mean, you could just sniff around the house a little bit. Maybe their scent marks will at least tell you who's inside.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
I do love that you guys are like, well, we can't knock on the door.
Nope.
We're definitely not doing that.
If we knock on the door, we have to pretend like we're selling something.
That would never go wrong.
I love it.
So Artemisia is gonna like duck behind, like, I know if there's like a brick wall across the street or something like that, she's gonna like duck behind to change into a wolf.
There are definitely alleys across from Briar House that you can dip into. Stong can probably block the view.
And they won't smell as bad as the real ones in real Westgate.
Yeah, this area is very nice. You're like, you walk around, you're like, could we do like a beautification effort in real Westgate? You feel like it would probably turn into a lot of grift.
So then she does the sort of like, oh, I'm just a stray dog that's really bigger and like lankier and burlier, like walking across the street, and then go sniffing around.
Right. So in sniffing around, nothing quite smells right. It feels weird. I mean, as best you can tell, it's sort of like if you see a picture of someone and they're sort of like they've moved a little or they got a weird angle, and it's like, you know, your friend, but also that is not right. That is the feeling that's coming into your nose right now. You're like, this is home, but this is not home. Something is wrong with this place. You don't like it. You smell and honestly, nothing here smells right. Did you smell anybody from the mirror world as a wolf?
I mean, I was sent tracking mirror Kayleth.
That's right.
So
and you did notice when you smelled it that you didn't worry about like, oh, I'm gonna follow Kayleth. Instead, it smells very different. You can tell there are at least 3 people going and coming from this house. You're not sure who they are, because they don't smell familiar. They don't smell like Charity and Varys, and maybe even the thought goes through your head that maybe Bo's not dead here.
that'd be nice.
But it might be someone else, because this isn't home and these are not your people. This is not your pack.
Well, so Stong, I don't know while she's sniffing what you're doing, but I think like she would sort of like in the mental bond, you get some kind of like sense of her being like, I don't like it. I'm gonna leave. I gotta leave. And then she's gonna come back out.
Yeah, I think Stong like rushes up to the gate and he's about to like make a commotion, but then he sees her coming out. So he just gives her like this thumbs up as she like walks up next to him, and he's gonna just casually walk next to her on the road as if like he had just called his dog or something, and now she's following him.
Yeah, her ruff is all sort of like hackles raised. Like, it's not right.
Mental message like, that bad, huh?
Yeah, I wanted maybe Bo was good, but it didn't smell. I don't want to find out who's there. Sorry. Are you, Florin and Sturge, are you listening too? Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. Yeah, I'll be quiet now.
I do forget that it's a group chat.
Group chat with me, a wolf in it.
If we were listening, I missed a lot of jokes that I could have told.
You, to be fair, were simultaneously doing this
Okay.
sneaky guy stuff, so you may be going, shut up, guys, shut up.
Okay.
But if you were like, at this point, let's say at this point, it's basically at the end of where we left you. So if you have stored up some jokes you want to fire off before you go follow these two thieves, now is the time.
It was mostly just Stong's reaction to the question when he said, well, you don't have any big questionable desires or anything like that. And Sturge would have coughed loudly.
You just want to fire out a, we're not going to talk about Wilton. Okay, we're not going to talk about Wilton.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so break or one more round of Sturgeon, Florin.
I'm good for one more round.
Mhm.
All right.
One more run.
Okay. So you guys follow the pair of thieves out of the Black Boot. Florin, you are invisible. Sturge, you are not. So you are going to need to make me a stealth check.
Mhm.
Fortunately, I almost don't even need to ask for this.
I will say that Florin is keeping in mind the fact that his footprints are not invisible and his sound is not invisible.
Okay, so
I mean,
what I
the
get?
sound is invisible.
At
You know what I
24.
mean.
Okay.
And also, I'm definitely, since I know that I have someone who's doing the actual tailing ahead of me,
Mhm.
I don't need to tail close. I
No.
can tail way back, because if I come around a corner and I can't see them, I can just say, oh, where'd you go?
Yep.
And so otherwise he would just turn invisible himself. But
Keep the
yeah.
spell slots.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that
I
it
don't
would
have many. By many, I mean one.
you
Okay.
don't
need
have one.
And I only have one. I need a
Oh.
sandwich.
Oh, see, this is a thing I really hate about short rests because I think they should be shorter. So I would like to say that you guys strolling quietly through the city, having a conversation about basically Kochen, which is not stressful, counts as a short rest.
Oh, sweet.
I hate this mechanic. It should be 10 minutes.
Then I've got
Anyway,
2 spell slots.
Yeah, all right.
okay. So you follow these thieves on a winding path through the city. Florin, make me an insight check.
This time I'm rolling with the digital dice. It's still a 2. I got a 9
Oh,
again.
You
no.
cannot fuck this up, Florin. You cannot fuck this up. Oops, sorry, I forgot. You can't mess
She's
this up,
talking to me.
Florin.
We're used to the podcast. Sorry.
You cannot mess this up. That is what you keep thinking about.
Yep.
I'm gonna ask you to make another stealth check.
Yeah, that's fair. Please be nicer to me. Oh, I have advantage on this for reasons?
Nice.
Oh, because I have Boots of Elvenkind. That's right. I rolled 2 18s.
Nice.
So 32.
Okay, you are focused very much on being silent and sticking with them and trying not to freak out that this is going to go really badly.
I'm used to my anxiety problems.
Sturge, make me an insight check. I love how I said me, like you're gonna make it for somebody else.
17.
17. 2 things. 1, you are taking a very winding path through this city.
Mm.
You think that these people maybe think they're being tailed. Also, you are getting just a little bit of Florin's self-talk. Just quiet. Just light. That you still
So
think
everyone
Florin
is
might
occasionally
be
going,
freaking out.
Be cool.
Sturge will.
Well, they're not making checks, so maybe they don't hear it. I don't know. You guys want to make some insight checks to see if you know Florin's freaking out?
Yes.
Heck yeah.
Oh wow,
do it.
this is my personal hell. Under pressure, freaking out in my head, and so many people can hear it.
Life will be golden.
15 insight.
17.
15 insight. Somebody's
22.
freaking out. Artemisia,
Somebody's
Florin is having a hard time over there with, and you're not sure why, but there is Sturge.
Is everything okay?
We did
Florin?
launch out this whole experience by talking about urine.
Yeah.
Let's just remember, you set him up with your weirdest friend.
I like
the
the
worst
idea
part
that,
of Westgate,
that
and now he's
Artemisia
freaking
hears.
out.
I like this idea that Artemisia like hears Florence suddenly freaking out in her head, and then she's like, "Oh, well, maybe they need help," and then just looks over and sees Sturge like slinking along an alleyway, tailing someone. I'm sure they're fine.
Really good.
So, you know, it is, he didn't talk about pee, he talked about a color, and it is in the crayon box. It's in the crayon box, look.
What? Really?
Urine yellow is
Steven,
not. I'm not having
Sturge
this
should
argument.
never change. I just
If anybody
just
out there
gonna lay
has a
this
crayon
out here.
box, you go open that box and you let us know whether that's real or not.
It's a big, the
Never.
big box, the big box.
Never,
Big box.
never change.
Okay, so Sturge is going to intuit that these people, he might have spotted him, so he's just gonna drop off like he got ditched, and he's gonna tell Florin, I think I was spotted, so just keep me posted which direction you're headed, and I will basically blind follow. I'll be always at least a block. There'll be a block between us.
Right. I will give you descriptions of the town I have never been to. Got it.
Just directions, just like, you know, based on the sun, right? You can do
Okay.
that.
Okay. I'm gonna
Chat
be
says,
honest.
Chat says
Okay.
there's no such crayon, Steven. It's called Daffodil.
It's in the shadow Crayola box.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna be
True.
honest. I googled urine yellow crayon, and it has brought up some hilarious things.
Oh my goodness. The forbidden Google.
No, it's not that bad. It's just
okay.
it's funny. Okay, yeah. So I guess Florin will just keep going. I will mention this only lasts for an hour.
Okay.
So I don't know how long we're going about.
Say this is going to take about 20 minutes
Okay.
of following. The two of you that heard the gentle freak out of Florin, if there's anything you want to add, because we did end up joking over the top of those actions,
Sorry.
you can also opt to pretend it's not happening. I don't know. It depends on how you feel about someone that you kind of just met.
Well, I don't
But it's
want
also you're in traumatic situations together.
Yeah.
That tends to speed up friendships.
Yeah, I think Sturge would say, who else heard? Yes. Okay.
Everybody heard.
Sturge just gonna say, everything okay, Florin. You've got this, right?
I'm rolling a deception check to say, yeah, everything's fine.
I love it. I love it.
Another 2, but I got a 19.
Wow!
To
Holy
me
cow.
as a player.
Oh my goodness.
He's fine.
Okay, good.
And I think, like, I will say that Artemisia hasn't changed back, because she's going to change back before they get to the market, but she hasn't changed back from a wolf yet. So you get what is pretty recognizable, probably even to Florin, as Mia Wolf, saying, I believe in you. You're really smart, like I am when I'm a half elf. So, like, you got this.
Like, invisibly, Florin, like, literally goes, oh. and then of course, in the full anxiety thing, looks around to make sure no one saw that, forgetting he's invisible.
I think Stong wants to think to him, yeah, it's okay, Florin. My little baby girl daughter freaks out sometimes too. And like, just get yourself a snack and you'll feel better.
Okay, yeah. Thank you both. That was very nice. Yeah, I'll find a snack while tailing these two suspicious people.
So you continue to tail them, and you see them go into what appears to be a bookshop. It doesn't have a name, but it does have a big sign with an open book that has a little owl perched on it. Yeah.
Interesting. Which ones did I take? Nope. Okay. I was making sure that I didn't take That's weird that I took that. I don't Anywho,
What's happening over there?
I love this. It's like hearing half of a
Yeah,
conversation.
sorry. I'm
know the
confusing
fuck
myself
doing.
because I'm like, oh, I felt like I took Eldritch Sight, and then I look at it and it's Devil's Sight, and it doesn't do at all what Eldritch Sight does, and I'm like, why did I take Devil's Sight when I, you know what? Oh, that's past Trevor.
Sturge, I don't know how much you've compared abilities, but if you need something, you are connected to Sturge, who is on the ground close by.
Okay. Oh yeah, actually, yeah. I think I'll give Sturge a description of the bookstore, and where we are and where they went in. I think like he does that as he watches them go up the stairs, and he's having this moment of not really sure what to do, and he's gonna say, "Should I follow them into the store?"
If you can get in through the door as it opens and closes.
Is there a chance to do that?
Make me a dexterity check.
Oh, we're doing so good on those today. God, it was on a 16. That's only an 8.
Yeah, you miss it.
Damn.
The door shuts, and you do notice as it shuts, it has a little tinkly bell on it.
Yeah, of course it does. Like every good bookstore.
You do know that well, I guess they might have seen you because you did leave your double sitting at a table.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a good point. I do think I'm gonna Florian's gonna look through the window and like watch where they go.
Okay. You look through the window and you can see this is a very full bookstore. There is a counter. Behind the counter is an Aarakocra woman. The two thieves sort of walk in, they turn and go deeper into the shop, and you can kind of lean over and peer, but they do go back into an area you can't quite see from the door.
Okay. I will relay this information to Sturge.
All right, Sturge, are you booking it to this bookstore?
Yeah, definitely. And is it a bookstore I recognize from Old Westgate or?
Die of Fate.
Here it comes. Oh, yeah, so fast. I'm so fast. It's going like this. Oh, 20.
20.
10.
Okay, 10. All right, you are familiar with the place that they're talking about, like physically, but you thought that was a fence or maybe like a junky magic item shop. You didn't go there. It was garbage.
Okay. He's going to approach from like the alley behind, just to make sure they don't like sneak out the back alley while Florence on the other side, and hide there and say, "I'm on the other side. Why don't we watch it for a bit? And if people leave armed, that'll be interesting. And then we can just go in and talk to whoever sent them."
Sounds good to me. I got probably about 40 minutes left on this, so if that fails, then I'll just walk in because they're out of eyesight anyways.
Right.
Okay. So you guys are gonna hunker down and watch this shop?
Yep.
Okay, so let's take a break there.
Okay.
Because we're close. We could do the other one, but let's figure it out here. So queue us up for 10 minutes, and we will be back to find out what does the diviner know and what is going on in this bookshop. Bye.
Awesome.
Pick up your gear and open your chests. Throw on your armor and head out on a quest. Hey, it's a brand new day. On the Soul Coast, your allies will help with blades and bows and magic as well. Hey, heroes on their way. Fighting together against overwhelming odds. Together in favor of multiple gods. Idle champions of the forgotten realms.
welcome back. Oh, it's Fearful Symmetry, and everybody's trying to get ready to seek out the Pale Shadow of Artemisia, but also figure out what is going on with everybody else's Pale Shadow. Stong and Artemisia have set out to find a divination wizard who can help them track down Stong, or perhaps Florin or Sturge, where Florin and Sturge have gone seeking an enigmatic figure called the Spider of Westgate, who is the shadow of a harper named Kochen, who Florin knows from the real world. Before we jump back into this adventure, I'm just going to remind everyone that we're doing a giveaway for a dice set from Phoenix Dice. These are gorgeous dice. They are available to anyone in the world, and we love partnering with Phoenix Dice. She makes really great stuff. So enter !ticket to enter, and we will do a drawing at the end for a winner of a new dice set from Phoenix Dice. Okay, so Florin and Sturge have staked out the bookshop that the two thieves have gone into. Artemisia and Stong, you have headed into the market looking for a divination wizard named Kanjan Telekor Vashti. Florin?
I just remembered something. Did I take the mask that Kayleth was wearing?
Ooh, she did hand you the mask.
Yeah, I was pretty sure I had it. It's still sent to Cecilia though, right?
Yeah, I guess the day has not ended.
We were just like, oh, well, we fought a lich, better go get some information.
Yeah, you guys don't really look for downtime there. You're just like, no, let's get out of this place.
The adrenaline is healing my wounds. Okay, I just want to make sure that I had that as an option for things.
That is true. You do have that. Okay, so you guys head into the market, which seems to be a bustling mercantile center. It is, again, this part of Westgate seems more polished, more together. The awnings are bright and unstained and untorn. The shopkeepers seem like they have a variety of goods, which are all very fresh and many options.
Wow.
You think these people are telling themselves a lot of stories about what they are in the real world. You also notice in the middle of this market is a group of strange figures. They are wearing robes of black. They have shaved their heads, and they are shouting about something. And you do hear them say, "The end of the world is nigh!"
Okay, so is this Stong and Artemisia?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I make a religion check to see if I recognize anything about them? 10.
Yes. 10. They seem religious. But maybe they're not that observant. Maybe they're just worried about the situation in the world today. Although their uniform does sort of bespeak a certain amount of connection.
Artemisia, what do you think about talking to some of those black robe figures over there? They seem to be shouting about the end of the world, and as we know, sometimes that's more of it than a conspiracy theory, right?
Best sentence. Best friend sentence ever.
Well, and maybe like they know something about the world, but probably by accident. But they seem like the kind of people who might try to find out things about the world to, support their little cult things. So I agree. How do we talk to them without sort of like agreeing to, go to their weird ceremony or something?
Well, we're going to their weird ceremony.
Personality test. It's cool.
But would going be that bad? We can experience something new. It's like a whole new world, a whole new culture we've never experienced before. No, but I mean, we'll just see if it comes to that. I'm sure we can come up with some excuse, right?
Or just like fly away.
It's always that.
Okay, let's go try.
Okay, as you approach the group, one of them sees you coming, makes eye contact. I'm gonna say they make eye contact with Stong. Stong, you seem like someone who makes eye contact with people that have like clipboards
Yeah.
out and about.
Yeah.
So
Aggressively
they-
friendly eye contact.
yeah.
Tell
So
me.
This young man rushes up to you and presses a printed paper into your hand and says, "The end of the world is nigh. Allow the occluded one into your mind. See the possibilities."
Oh, thanks for letting me know. Tell me more about this occluded one.
The occluded one sees all. The occluded one embodies the shadows. The occluded one has told us the vault of the sky will crack, the earth will tremble, and we will all be torn asunder.
Whoa, that sounds
But
really bad.
If we give the occluded one offerings, he will see a future for us. He will see a future where we prevail.
What kind of offerings?
Gold mostly, although we will take valuable magic items or property.
You know, I'm more afraid of deities that, like, wear thin veils and reach into your head and start clawing at crap and really just tears into you with your nightmares and fears. Do you know any deities like that?
Oh, that sounds horrible.
How does the occluded one manifest to his followers?
Oh, and he holds up the printing, and you see what looks like a raven that is beaked down and peering at you with very intense eyes. And its wings look like a series of hands reaching, and parting the feathers is a third eye.
So in the telepathic bond, Artemisia is going to say, "Stong, does the the beak and like the cloak of feathers and like a hand thing? Are you feeling this too?"
Mm-hmm. Yep. Unfortunately, yep.
So
Sounds like you're viewing a handsome image of some kind.
Sturge, we'll take the picture and we'll show you later.
Right, good.
So Stong, she'll like take the page and like fold it up carefully and like put it in her pocket.
Stall wants to lean over to the kid, give him 1 gold coin, and then say, "If you have any other material, we would love to have all of it."
Well, we have a meeting I've forgotten the days of the week in Forgotten Realms, guys. It never sticks in my head. Every Thursday.
Whoa, the days in this shadow realm are so weird. Okay. And do you actually have contact with this occluded one? Can you actually like
Oh, I'm not high enough level to contact the occluded one. I'm just a recruiter. I have to gather at least 17 more souls worth of gold to advance to the next level, where I might receive messages from the occluded one through a divine adept.
Oh no.
If you would like to become an acolyte, then it only takes 120 souls of gold to become a recruiter, where your souls will count for 1.75 times as much. The gold, you don't have to collect as much gold for it to count.
It's a multi-level cult.
I'll think about it like very seriously. It sounds like a great opportunity.
Because we can always come to you with more material.
We're
baskets.
See, we're visiting, we're traveling. We don't really have an address in Westgate.
Well, where are you from? Because the Church of the Occluded One is in all great cities.
Oh wait,
all
well,
cities.
we're late. She's gonna start like pulling on Stonk's arm.
Where's your headquarters? Can we visit your headquarters? He shouts as they're like he's being pulled away.
No, yeah, Artemisia got you away. But it does sound like if you were here on a Thursday, whatever Thursday is in Forgotten Realms, guys, I'll look it up, I promise. Or it is possible in other cities, if you ask around, you will find further churches of the Occluded One. But in the meantime, you make your way around the market and you find the aforementioned shingle for Kanchan, Telekor, Vashti, Fortunes and Futures.
How would you describe the color of this dragonborn scales?
I like daffodil. I think that's a good one. Yeah, daffodil
That's
yellow.
lovely. That's
Her
lovely.
scales are lovely.
Her plumes have perhaps a bit of red on the ends. Maybe it's natural. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybelline being a famous dragonborn plume dresser.
Nice.
I've been told everything I say about dragonborn is canon, so
There you go.
that one's for all of you at home.
Yeah, so let's just approach this dragonborn diviner.
Okay.
Knock on the door politely and
Yeah, well, it's a little shop, so you can open the door, and she is sitting. It is done up very much in a it is kind of like a fortune teller vibe. She has kind of gauzy scarves draped off the ceiling. There's incense filling the room. It is make me a Constitution saving throw.
What?
Okay.
Wait,
14.
okay.
What'd you get?
14.
14. What'd you get?
All right. It's rolling 19.
19. Okay. Artemisia, you politely cover a cough because the smell is very thick. Stong, you have a sneezing fit. Fortunately, nobody got under 10 because I was going to give you a migraine.
Oh,
She says,
everything smells so
"Welcome.
good, but so ticklish.
Welcome, welcome. What can I foresee for you?
We've traveled really far, and we're like here in search of some of our lost family members and friends. Could you perhaps give us some guidance?
Do you have something belonging to them?
No. But we have things that belong to someone who is very close to them.
Okay.
Stong thinks through the link. Artemisia,
Hmm?
why don't you give her something that belongs to you and then see if she can use that to locate your shadow self? Because we can at least verify that she is in Aglaron, and it would help us verify the power of this diviner.
That's a good idea.
The best objects are, a lock of hair, perhaps a bit of a nail. But if you have something that is a possession of theirs, or
Stong begins taking out a dagger from his belt.
picture
Artemisia, where do you want me to cut your hair?
Will it be destroyed in the process, this possession?
Oh no.
Okay. She's going to unhook one of her earrings, which are very
Okay.
fashionable, bit of a little dangle to them. She takes one out and then hands it over.
Wait, where did you get these earrings? Because
I
it is
mean,
definitely going to work. If the older these earrings are, the more likely you might have the same pair of earrings. If you bought them last week, you were risking some stuff.
I'll say that they were a gift from her father, not like a really long time ago, not when she was a girl, but when she was an adult, they were something her father bought her.
Okay. But like before you left Aglarond or after you left Aglarond?
I think before.
Okay.
Could make that argument, yeah.
So you give it to Vashti, and she looks at you kind of confused. She's like, "Are you wearing a stranger's earring?"
We're really close. It makes me feel close to her.
Oh. Oh, is this a lost love thing? I have to check if, if you have any kind of barrier where she's asked you not to contact her. I can't in good conscience seek her out. Do you have like some kind of order of restraint with this woman?
It's family and no, we just
Okay.
lost touch.
Okay, great. Okay, well, I can definitely do this. It will cost you 15 gold, please.
I mean, okay, I guess Artemisia will pay up. She's very clearly like got her mind on the budget, but
Yeah.
Stout didn't even pick up that he should pay. He's like, ah?
All right. She pulls out a crystal ball, bright and shining, sets it on the table. She takes the earring cupped in both hands, and she speaks an incantation over it. You see the earring and the crystal ball both start to glow with the same eerie blue light, and images start to resolve in this crystal ball. You see Artemisia. You see Artemisia exactly as she is standing before you, down to every little twitch, like maybe you're worrying at your hair or biting a nail or just sort of fidgeting with your hands, but this is you very much. There's a clear connection between this image and you. At the same time, beside that is another you. You look very similar. She's got the same kind of coronet of braids that you like to wear your hair in, although the bottom is loose and sort of falling over one shoulder. She is wearing an exquisitely tailored dress that you have to give her props. That is a nice bit of tailoring she's got going on, although the fashion is sort of unfamiliar. And it does make you think about how long it's been since you've been to Aglarond, right? You've worked in the Silks at Dawn, you know what's hot in Westgate clothes-wise, but Aglarond's fashion is sort of operating on a different schedule. And she sort of turns and she laughs and she speaks to someone sort of off in the distance. And then I'm going to die of fate this. Okay. And then you hear a loud crack and the crystal splits and shatters. What you have asked it to do, it seems to be incapable of keeping up. And it falls to pieces, and Vashti's just like,
Oh, what's happened?
The divination spell, it did work, but it broke the crystal.
We did see another Artemisia for a moment before it broke.
and
Those
actually,
are very expensive.
I will say, because you were asking specifically, is she an Aglarond? I will give you this. Artemisia, when you saw that, you knew where she was. She was definitely standing in the foyer of Marsalea and your father's house. That you are sure that she was in Aglarond, in Veltalar, in the Tararon Manor. You have to replace this.
What? But we didn't do anything.
I mean, how much does it cost to replace?
1,000 gold pieces.
I see.
I don't carry that much on me.
Stalin's gonna reach into his pack, pull out a big pouch with 1,000 gold pieces, and just plunk it down on the table.
Artemisia looks like she physically, like her heart sort of like stopped, and then she has to sort of like start breathing again.
Yeah, I'm like, Artemisia, you have a really high charisma, but also this is a moral quandary. So if Song's gonna hold out that bag of gold,
Artemisia is gonna be like, wait a sec. Stong, wait, we're gonna be here for a while.
Gold.
Perhaps I could perform some kind of spell for you in exchange. I'm a quite good spellcaster, and so it would be a value of similar.
What can you do that's worth 1,000 gold pieces or a new crystal ball?
What
I will
can
also accept an excellent quality silver mirror.
All I have is gold.
Gold all day here.
Yeah, gold all day.
Do you have anything that you need to know more about? Because I could identify it for you.
Make me a persuasion check. Because you're like offering a very low level spell.
Well, that's I'm like I could do high level spells, but like
You're like, do you want me to mess anybody up for you?
right, yeah.
Are you offering that?
Amisha, you'd rather offer violence than just pay her? Like Stong thinks this.
Wait, are we talking about getting someone killed? Sorry.
Yeah, Stong mentally, telepathically, we didn't say it out loud.
Yeah, when you do that telepathically, Flora just what?
Vashti maybe looks at you and she's like, what are you, like a combat sorcerer? Are you offering to off someone for me?
No, but I don't know
There's
if
a
you
tax
had some
collector I could do without.
I could stun somebody.
Get back here with my gold pieces. Or actually, she's gonna take Stong's money. Get out of my shop. I gotta close up so I can go find myself a new scrying item.
Oh, but then afterwards, can we come back and ask another?
No, we don't have enough money to replace the second one.
Well, I mean, we kind of do. But all right.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because
I've been hoarding my money.
Is most of her money is like, in a lockbox in Briar House in the other Westgate. So she's just got her walking around money. So.
Stong has a lot of money with Badger, but Stong also walks around with a lot of money.
The outsider music industry is weirdly lucrative.
It is, yeah.
Nobody wants to admit they don't get it. Okay, so Vashti kicks you out of her shop. But as you leave, Artemisia, you hear Mitzi, and she says,
Okay, so I'm pretty sure I found your square rock with writing on it. I also found a lot of quicklings. They are very fast, but they are also very easy to snap the necks of.
No.
I'm a good hunter.
Oh, I'm very impressed.
That I am mad there was a mimic, and I had to avoid it because it tried to lick me. But also, remember that thing when we went to that place that was cold? It's here still. I think you should come see this.
Certainly, I will come right away. So Artemisia into the telepathic bond is going to say, the place where we went where it was cold. Did it ringing any bells for anybody else?
Like the mountains?
Yeah.
Where we went to go get Kayleth?
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Okay.
There was a lich. There was a bone claw.
What
there
if
were
it's
some
Ilya's
dragons.
key?
Oh, Ilya's key. Oh.
I mean, interesting.
Just like in his storeroom.
Well, let's just go see what it is.
Yeah. We should go.
all right, so you guys are gonna head back to Ilya's tower. Florin and Sturge, you are on stakeout. You have watched until the
wait, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say the invisibility spell goes out.
Oh, the invisibility spell's still going. You guys are just chilling.
Okay.
You're chilling next to an empty space.
Okay, I was going to suggest we only wait for 20 minutes so that we don't exhaust that.
That's
In
fine with me.
the
right.
meantime, Florin, I can feel you sweating through this telepathic bond.
All of us can.
Man, yeah, no, that statement is just making Florin just be like, I hate everything about right now.
Well, what is it is it this city? Is it our predicament in general? Is it?
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. It's been a weird couple of hours. I don't even know how long it's been. I have these vague memories of a house with chicken legs showing up at a window and then going through a portal. It's still a little hazy going through there. So yeah, I'm just you seem like you all have a really good thing going, and you got a solid group. I'm trying not to screw that up.
Yeah, well, this is just another day for a Harper, isn't it?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, let's be honest. I've not really been to another shadow plane with lies that have come to life, and that might possibly try to kill me. So it's a little off the books.
Right. Well, welcome to well, what should we call this?
An adventure.
Thursday.
Yes. Yes. I was trying not to be patronizing.
Oh, I kind of want to call this episode "Welcome to Thursday."
Welcome to Thursday.
You have no particular worries about the Harper angle here.
No, I'm fairly certain that if I can get to this person, I might be able to find out where my shadow is, and I think that might be an advantage to us.
Yes, that's very good. Are you? Tell me, how do you know Cecilia again?
That would be through the person that's training me. Viscaris, the Viscaris. There we go. I always get it messed up in my head.
Yes. Okay. And I mean, you are an accomplished Harper, it seems to me. It's just the strangeness that is hitting you. That's
like I've essentially, I've gone out on missions, I've snuck into places and whatnot, but those were in the real material plane, and I also had a pretty firm grasp of what was going on. I cannot stress enough, I don't know what is going on.
I think perhaps my comfort with this stems from a sense. Do you know what it's like when a cat knows it's going to die?
No, I can't quite say that I do.
Well, let me tell you, I had one once. It was one of my I don't wish to overshare you, but it was probably my only friend in Aglarond at one point. And I was young. And it was old. And one day it just disappeared. And I found it a few days later by smell. It had gone off because it knew it was its time, and I suspect one of two things: didn't want to bother anyone, although that doesn't seem very cats don't care about that. Perhaps it was more, it just knew that you enter the world naked and alone, and you exit it that way as well. Since I might be coming to my time, and so these things can get pretty weird, I guess, and it won't bother me too much. I don't know. I feel like do you have family at home?
That's complicated. I'm just
Well,
gonna leave it at that.
I don't, unless you count a wizened old Baelnorn who lives in a hole and under a ruin and calls that living. No. And so I understand what you must be feeling, because you still care. You want to live. It's not that I don't want to live, but I just sense.
Okay, tell you what.
Is this comforting you?
I'm gonna sidestep that question, and I'm gonna tell you that I'm sidestepping it. So tell you what, we'll go with this. My mom was a warlock. She may have gotten down with her patron. She won't really talk about it.
Ooh.
And now I'm here.
Oh.
So yeah, it's a complicated thing. And I'm gonna be really honest with you. That whole journey we just went on completely took me out of the moment, to the point that I forgot about any stress that I was just having in front of this bookstore while we were trying to find some thieves, and then I contemplated the existential existence of a cat, and then you threw a curveball at me with you. So how's it going in the alley? You seeing anybody over there?
No. But what you're saying is I did comfort you. That's the upshot of what you just said.
If that's what you want to take away from this conversation, you are more than welcome to.
Right. Well, I was never cut out for being a counselor, perhaps.
Sturge has such a way with people, remember?
Well, the alley is signally boring. Perhaps we should just go in. And I could go in, you could tail me invisibly, and we'll just, or you can just reveal yourselves. Maybe that would be that'd probably be the safest thing.
Here's the thing. They've seen you. They may have seen me. I still have the mask. Now, I'm gonna bother Aaron's laughing fit. Does the mask also change your voice?
Oh, yeah, let's say yes, it does.
Okay.
It does. Well, actually, here's a question. Does disguise self change your voice?
No.
No.
Okay, what I said before was that it basically acts as like a long-term disguised self. So no, you were gonna have to do a Cecilia voice.
Amazing.
Sturge could do the voice, and you could just move your lips.
Incredible.
Telepathic link.
Oh Lord. Well, I think he's gonna suggest, like, I do have the mask. I could put it on, assume the role of Cecilia, and go in there and just, walk around for a bit. And if I don't find anything, then talk to someone. Okay, person in chat coming in with the speaking in rhyme. You are an agent of chaos, and I don't appreciate it.
Everybody wants to see it.
Nah, hard.
Everybody wants to see
I
it.
hate it as much as Aaron does. Like, that is that level.
They want to see the Sturge flying
okay.
team up.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know that they've had time to weigh in on the rhyming. I hate that so much that I think you should combine them if that's what chat is, and you just make Steven do the rhyming.
But
yes.
he'll say, what do you think of that plan?
Sturge could coach him telepathically what to say.
Well, to me, like, I'm going with Florian that knows enough of Cecilia of how to do it. But also he might just do Iliad.
I mean, fair. You have had more experience with Iliad, so go ahead.
I mean, you also recall that Stong might have told you once upon a time that Sturge was a ventriloquist, so he could throw his voice and match the shape of your lips.
Oh my god. So yeah, what do you think of that, or should we just walk in there?
Well, I think we've had our fun with that, actually, just imagining it.
Yeah, I know.
Have we now?
I feel like this is a ripe opportunity for a poll. Do you want to see Sturge ventriloquist Florin? Can we set that up?
Why do we even need the poll? We know what the answer is going to be.
Yeah, that's true. We don't need the poll.
We don't need the poll. We know.
Who would dare vote no?
So I don't know what
There's
needs
to be two
to be
votes
said
for
in
no.
this case.
Whatever your heart desires, I think.
I have to do a timeout for a Steven check here. I'm not sure what I don't know the first thing of what's going to be said to. Sturge is the passenger at this point. I think Florin knows what to say. So yeah, if I'm like reading his lips and trying to
I would be telepathically communicating to you
what to say.
I'm gonna lip sync,
okay,
and then you say it
okay
invisibly.
Perfect.
I'm not sure at all how this is gonna work in game, but I am here for it. I am here for it.
Incredible.
All right, so you're both gonna go up into this bookshop.
Sturge is gonna you're going invisible.
I
correct?
could go invisible. Yes.
Yeah, he's gonna go invisible. I'm gonna put the Cecilia mask on.
Okay. Florin, you fit that mask on, and you are suddenly a young half-elf woman with dark hair. The same woman who showed up at Vescaris' house in a chip hat.
And he just goes, neat. And then we'll kind of keep looks behind him to see that Sturge's footprints are following him, and go into the bookshop with a little ding ding ding.
Just to be clear, I am doing Cecilia's voice.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Here's my question, Stephen. Are you going to try to do a Cecilia impression? Or is it just we should use our imaginations?
Yeah, I think you should use your imagination.
Okay, that's fair.
All
that's
right, fair enough. We are asking a lot here.
Also, when the not Cecilia walks in, she's gonna stop and look like she forgot something, looking out the door for a moment, giving Sturge the moment to walk in, and then just kind of go close the door.
Okay. The Eric Cocker woman behind the table sort of looks up. She's got a book open in front of her and a bowl full of boiled peanuts that she's clearly been snacking on. And she's like, "Can I help you?"
And I telepathically communicate to Sturge and move my lips, and the sound comes from nearby of no, just looking.
Oh my God. I wish I'd had time to try to practice Cecilia.
How could anyone
let it come out your
guessed
mouth.
This?
Yeah, look, you could just do it, and then if it doesn't work, you could just describe it. You could always hold back.
I need to hear it first. Go ahead and give me some Cecilia.
I'm just looking.
Oh, shoot. Why did I think for some second that she had a crazy accent?
Well,
no, Cecilia has lost her accent.
Oh my God.
Ilya has the accent. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I can do that. Yeah. No,
the
just
main
looking.
thing with doing Cecilia is talk fast and kind of pull the side of your mouth up.
That's
my trick.
Awesome. Okay. No, just looking.
Okay, both of you make me, I think you both make a performance check.
Okay.
Let's see how you sneak up.
I've 100% have that as a, okay.
26.
Oh God. It's a 12, and I can't stress enough that could have been worse. It slid on that one for a long time and then went bonk.
Okay. She looks at you kind of funny. She's like, "Are you looking for anything in particular?"
I for right now, his essential plan is to kind of scope the place out. And so I think he would just say to Sturge to communicate, it's nope, just popped in.
Okay. Nope, just popped in.
Make me another performance check.
So Sturge's lowest on this will be a 22.
Good to know. Sturge is definitely capable of puppeting with Florin.
I got 21.
21.
Nice.
Okay. Florin, you figured out before the knowledge that Stephen is gonna or that sorry, that Sturge is gonna like talk for you made you kind of like freeze up for a second. But now you got it. Okay. So at this point, are you gonna keep talking to the shop girl, or are you gonna take a tour of the bookstore?
No, I'm gonna start looking at the bookstore and like just eyeing like anything that I could see that could be a hidden compartment, a hidden doorway, anything like that.
Okay, I like it. I like it. Okay, so this is one of those wonderful bookstores where there are myriad shelves crammed in there, so it's almost like a maze as you kind of wander around. Make me an investigation check.
God, I was so hoping you were gonna say perception.
You're looking for things. I feel like you're investigating.
Yeah. It's 14.
14. Okay. These shelves definitely feel like they could be concealing some sort of door or passage. And when you go through, I will mention, you do not see those two thieves anywhere, which makes it even more likely. You do narrow it down some. Obviously, none of the shelves in the middle are going to lead to some kind of second room. The ones that face the front, that kind of lying behind the young woman at the desk, are not going to get anywhere. The back wall, there is like one of those little kind of rooms that you think, maybe this was like a closet or a storeroom, but now it's another book room. Seems like a likely place. There is also in the back corner a particularly heavy shelf that might be the case. Do you convey to Sturge what you're doing?
Well, I have to tail him so I can, if in case he has to speak.
Yeah.
So,
but
oh, good. Yeah, go ahead. Say.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, I am like keeping like mental track of like what I'm looking at for stuff, and letting him know.
So Sturge, you can also make an investigation check.
Okay, 20.
20. Okay. You find in that little kind of weird room, there is one book on the shelf that seems a little fatter and a little less dusty than the rest of them.
I tell Florin, what's the title of this book?
The Spider's Web.
Ooh.
Of course. God, that's so good. How far away are we from that Aarakocra?
Several shelves between you. You know, when you were up in the front, you could hear her cracking peanuts. Boiled peanuts don't make the same noise as dried peanuts, but still, you can hear that sort of noise. You can't hear it anymore.
Oh, two plans just went through my head. Sturge, I have idea. I pull that. If it makes too much noise, the Aarakocra comes over and we just like, oh no, I just tried to pull that off the shelf. Or I step away, you open it. If it makes a loud noise and the Aarakocra comes over, I can come over and go, what's this? What do you think?
Yeah, distract her.
Yeah, see that. Yeah, we're getting into trouble here. we kind of made a 2-person party a 1 party.
Sturge will just kind of drift out and see if he can get eyes on her.
She is still sitting at the desk. She's still paging through the book. Make me a perception check.
23.
You do see her eyes sort of cut towards where you went. Like she is sort of like wondering where you are, whether you're coming back.
I'll just do a little Cecilia. Just so she can, say something like, oh, not that one. No. Things like that. So she can just think I'm, browsing. Yeah. And then I'll hurry back and say, go for it.
All right. I'm going to pull the book.
Okay. Fortunately, this shelf swings open on well-oiled hinges. It does not make a sound.
In we go.
Let's go.
Do you shut the thing behind you or not?
I think we should.
Yeah, just like very carefully going along with it and like looking for any kind of like latch mechanism that we can just quietly close it with.
All right. You do manage to sort of like slow the little latch over. So it just clicks shut quietly. You are in a narrow, dark hallway. It does have little kind of glow lamps up near the top of the ceiling that cast bluish light, but you're both capable of seeing all along this passage.
Are we still in mimic mode? Am I still on?
No, I think we're in, if anyone sees us, we're screwed and we're gonna have to fight mode.
Really? What? Fight. Okay.
Possibly. We'll try to talk our way out of it, but they're thieves, so.
Okay, but I don't need to be Cecilia's voice anymore.
Correct. No, you're
Okay.
good.
Okay. Are you still wearing the mask?
Yes, I am going to keep wearing the mask. And I'm probably gonna Florin's probably just gonna try and do a deception on his own with it, because he realized that if this person does know Shadow Florin, seeing Florin will be weird. So he's gonna keep the Cecilia mask on for right now.
Okay, so what does Sturge see when he looks at Florin?
When you look at Florin, you see Cecilia. She does
okay.
have a weirdly deep voice.
Okay. Got it.
And it is a little like the description I had for Artemisia smelling Briarhouse. Like, this Cecilia's body language is very weird. It does not match up to what you know. There are these like subtle inconsistencies. But you do know that any Cecilia that's in this world is Ilya. So already these people aren't going to know that that doesn't match. They're going to think this is a woman who walks like a tiefling secretary and has a weirdly deep voice. No biggie. I'm sure it's very melodic though. All right, so you kind of wind around. There are stairs that lead up kind of into an attic. So if you follow those around, you are going to come up to a guard sitting on the stairs.
How potent does this guard look? Is this a grunt?
Yeah, I mean, they have less of a look of like a tough and more of a look of like a thief.
I could possibly put this fellow to sleep, or this person.
Has Florin ever seen Cochin's writing?
Yes, I'm going to say yes. She's probably provided reports that Viscaris has made a point of reading, and then because you are the secretary, you have also read them.
So I get an idea, and I'm like, okay, we might be able to talk our way through this. We may as well try.
I love it.
Go for it.
And he's gonna take out his notebook, and take out his emerald quill, and he's going to write in the best handwriting that he can, like Cochin's, a quick, like very short, "We need to talk."
Okay. What are we gonna do for this? This feels like a sleight of hand, or possibly a deception.
Let's go with deception.
Do deception.
31.
All right.
Oh boy.
You manage this. There's a little part of you that's not 100% sure about Cochin's handwriting exactly, but you know how to write a thing so that it all, like any inconsistencies are covered by a certain franticness, a little freneticness, and maybe a little ink blot. Like you're careful about having these touches so that if it isn't quite right, it is covered by the deception of this sort of speed. And you have found in your work as a harper that frequently if something looks a little messy and a little urgent, people move faster. They don't want the boss left waiting.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna tell Sturge telepathically, all right, just be ready and stay close. And essentially going to come around the corner, kind of clearing my throat as I rip the paper off the notebook and I fold it. And I'm walking with determination towards this person up the stairs.
Okay. The person up the stairs is a young half-elf woman with her hair pulled very tightly back. She is sort of picking at her nails, and she looks up and sees you and stands up as though she was like kind of hoping that she wasn't gonna have to do this today. She pulls out a dagger and she's like, "Did you get lost, lady?"
Doing the best high pitched voice that he can, he says, "No, I'm being expected," and he holds out the piece of paper, but there's nothing written on it. And he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry," and he says a command word, and the words appear on the paper in front of her.
Ew.
Oh, she looks at that and she's kind of like, "Whoa, okay, this like feels legit." And she's like, "Who are you to the spider?"
Someone that needs to speak with her.
Make me an intimidation check.
Intimidation. 23.
Heck yeah.
She's got this insouciant little smirk on her, and you say that, and you see her kind of just like it freezes. Like she's like, "Oh no, I may have just screwed up real bad." And she's like, "Well, then follow me. Who should I say is calling?"
Man, that is a great question. I think I'm just gonna say Cecilia.
Okay, Cecilia. Okay.
Oh wait, actually.
Okay.
I want to run through real quick and through Florin's head Harper agents that she would know of, but most likely has not seen face to face.
Ooh,
even though this is the spider, there's a chance that maybe they're bad and they're working together as well.
Right. Okay. Okay. Who would Kocha know in the Harpers, but maybe not see face to face? At this point, we're making somebody up.
Okay.
Wonderful. Okay.
Jessica.
Jessica, that's spelled with a Y.
Yes,
Jessica
because it's
spelled
fantasy.
with a Y.
There's one apostrophe, but not where you think.
I love it. I love it. Jessica is a Harper agent in Neverwinter.
Beautiful.
That she's fairly new. Florin is aware of her from her when she comes in to give reports. You don't know, she's under some other spy master, but you do know she exists, and you do know there was a little kerfuffle about including her because she was previously connected to the Lord's Alliance, and there was a little like, maybe this is not a great idea.
Interesting. Okay.
So you are pretty sure that Kochen, because you know Kochen, at least in the real world, is an intense gossip. So if Kochen in this world is connected to the Harpers, she knows that gossip. Unless her lie is that she's not a gossip, in which case...
Shut up, anxiety. Shut up, anxiety. Shut up, anxiety. I made a good plan for once. Go away.
Guard leads you in to an area, and this is like, you realize this is sort of like the top floor of this bookshop. I mean, there is sort of almost like a courtyard, like an open area where you see on the opposite side Kochen. She's a young, like, again, she's not actually that young. She's just got really good skin. Cropped dark hair, and she's wearing a nice tight like leather armor that's very suited to this thiefy vibe. She's kind of leaning on this desk, and she's talking to this half orc, and she sort of looks up and sees you come in, and you see interest light in her eyes. The guard comes up to her and says, this is the Jessica that you summoned to speak." And she looks at you. Give me 1 second. Somebody's got to make an insight check.
Is that against my deception?
She goes, "Of course."
Oh, that is setting
Why
off
don't you step into my
alarms in
office?
Florin's head.
Anxiety.
The three of you just hear it in your heads. Panic! Panic! But he will do as she says.
Is the half orc seated? Is she seated?
She's standing.
Oh, and
Sorry. Yeah. I guess the half orc's a woman now. I hadn't decided.
Okay. And Kochan is like seated behind a desk or something.
She's leaning on her desk.
Leaning on
She's
the
like
desk.
like leaning against the desk.
Okay.
But she sort of beckons Jessica into a little room off to the side, which is well appointed with very nice furniture.
Can Sturge like make his way in ahead of me, or like is it looking like he's not gonna be able
Oh,
to get
Sturge,
in there?
give me a stealth check.
Yeah, Sturge wants to stay as close to Florin as he can in order to, so any noises he makes will be confused with Florin's noises. But let's see, 24 is his minimum. 28 he gets.
Lovely. You slide in. You can make yourself comfortable on one of these lovely plush seats.
No, he's gonna lurk.
Don't be silly, I'm lurking.
As she kind of beckons you, you see Kochan make a series of signs with her hands. And Florin, do you speak Thieves' Cant?
I do indeed.
She says, "Tell your friend to stop screwing around, please."
Are we now the only ones in this room, the three of us?
She pushes you into the room, and now you are the only ones in this room.
Florin does let out a small laugh and says, "Sturge, you can show yourself."
Okay,
Out
Sturge will only show himself once he has once he's taken a seat, crossed his legs, and folded his hands across his lap.
And he just goes, "Lurking."
She pulls a little amulet out, and she's like, "That invisibility trick is excellent with the average people." Tucks it back in.
He gives her a nod of approval.
I'm not at all surprised, if I'm being honest.
Well, I'm going to be honest too. This true sight means I know what's going on here with this guy's person's.
Oh, I know. I just kind of like doing the voice, and you'll pull off the mask.
You're not here to assassinate me.
No.
You don't seem to have anything interesting for me to find a seller for.
You have
a job?
I mean, no. No time, unfortunately. I was actually hoping to get some information that is probably going to seem a little strange to you.
I love strange information. That usually comes with a very interesting story.
Do I look familiar to you?
Do you look familiar to me? It feels like something you should know, sir.
If this were another time, another place, I would, but I don't. And so I was hoping that maybe you did.
I'm sorry, you're going to have to explain yourself with a question that curious. Why should I know what you look like, Poppet?
Because there's another me out there that has something that I need. And trust me, it won't do you any good, and it probably won't fetch any price on most of the streets in Neverwinter.
Presumptuous.
Fair. But this other me has that thing. I don't wish him harm, but there's a chance that he will try to harm me. And so I'm hoping that you know possibly of someone named Florin Morn and where they might be.
Someone named Florin Morn. Interesting. Why is it you think I will know a Florin Morn?
That is a very good question. And I think telepathically, just going to reach out to Sturge and just go, should I tell her?
Yes. What do we have to lose, really?
Fair. I'm from another world that is a...
Oh, that's not what I was thinking about.
That's what I was saying, and you said yes, so Florin's going for it. I'm from another world. I know another you, And in that world, you and I have not directly, but indirectly worked together,
But
which is
that's
why
me.
I knew that you would
Wow.
be here.
Interesting. I wouldn't take you for a thief.
You'd be
But
surprised.
that's the thing, right? People don't expect you're anything. They'll just assume you're nothing. And people will say and do all sorts of things in front of people they think are nothing. Well, first of all, I don't give information for free.
That's what I figured.
Yeah. Second of all, I'm gonna stop you right there, Poppet. I don't know you.
That
Now,
is
if you want me to
disappointing.
try to find you, that might be interesting. I might be interested in doing that. Are you from Westgate in your other world? Is there a Westgate in your other world?
There is a Westgate, though I've never been there. You do operate there.
Well,
I've been there, and I suspect you haven't seen me either, or you would have said something.
you are very distinctive. But also, I recognize a certain value in being distracting when you want to be obtrusive. They see one thing while you're doing another. And I would never intrude on that. Unless, of course, we cross paths in a way that you were on my territory. If that's where this is going, I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm going to murder you both.
I oddly respect that. No, we are not moving in on your territory. In fact, it is in our best of interest to flee this territory as quickly as we can.
Well, where were you working?
Originally, I'd been working in Neverwinter, but I was most recently transferred to Waterdeep. But I'm not sure which one he would be in.
Interesting. Well, I can't speak for your world, but Waterdeep is definitely a rich kind of gem to pluck. Although having both a city watch and a city guard means that you're running ahead of a lot of things, and that Xanathar's guild is a pain in the ass.
Oh, good. They're still here.
Yeah, they just really run everything. Very efficient. But anyway.
Okay. That's different.
Neverwinter is that's a very changeable place. Well, again, Puppet, I'm not really interested in changing venues. I can ask around if you want.
I would
but it'll
appreciate it. What
cost
would you
you.
like for in return?
I think what I'd like most is some information.
I don't know what of mine will be useful to you here, but I can do what I can.
True, you'd have to do some work here. What do I want? Do you know what I think, Mr. Sayre Florin Morn? I think you should tell me how I get in touch with you. Let me think about this. There's a lot of things I might want. I want to make sure I ask for the right thing.
I'm trying to think of a way to do this. Oh, you know what? I will work out with her essentially a dead drop.
Perfect.
That is not anywhere near Ilya's.
Serge, you are probably an excellent source of places to do a dead drop that are nowhere near Gargantus.
You've dropped some deads around here.
Well, I knew of them in Old Westgate. Is there still a drain pipe under the black boot that periodically spews disagreeable things and keeps people away, but is a lovely spot for tucking notes and so on?
Is the black boot still hovering over the harbor? Of course there is.
Yes, I found that to be excellent. Even the urchins don't go there. It's pretty disgusting.
All right. I'll decide what my information is worth, and I'll leave a note there, and then I'll see what I can find about you.
Appreciate it.
Morn.
And he's gonna when she says that, he thinks for a moment, and he takes another little piece. He takes the same paper that he ripped out before, writes something on it, and puts it on like a desk or shelf nearby, and says, "Just in case you need more than that." And that's all he's going to say in front of Sturge about it. The piece of paper for you, Aaron, has his full name.
Oh, okay. Can you find your way out, or should I have you escorted?
An escort might be good. That Aarakocra would seem to be hiding some skills that I don't think I want to encounter all of a sudden.
Oh, she's fine. She's just there to deter rivals.
Good
If you don't act
deterrent.
suspicious, that's fine. If you are smarter than her, you come in here and, well, if you'd really been in danger, we would have taken care of you.
It's fair. Well, thank you very much for this, and look forward to doing business soon.
Well, me too, gentlemen. The half orc leads you back down the stairs. Florin, make me an insight check.
Oh, yay. Oh, you couldn't have stayed on the 17, 10.
So what really strikes you about that whole interaction? You're not sure. She didn't bring up being a harper.
Yeah.
Maybe she's being coy.
Well, there was a reason why I didn't mention that I was a harper.
And maybe on some level you were hoping she would do it first.
Yeah.
But she didn't. And so you're left wondering if the lie is Kochen's cover. If here, because she didn't seem all that different. She didn't seem all that different to you.
Interesting.
That now
makes Florin panic a little bit more, but keep it a little bit better to himself in his head.
Yeah, because what does that mean about you and your shadow? Because you've definitely kept covers before. Do you want to face all of them? All right, so you guys are going to head back to Dark Dance, to Novoskaya's magical repairs and accoutrements. If there's anything you want to kind of touch base on before you go back to there and to Stong and Artemisia, do it now or forever hold your peace, or until next week hold your peace.
I'm good. I think Florin's worried that he's just going to hear more about the mortality of cats.
Maybe that's the title of this episode.
Yeah.
All right, Stong and Artemisia, you guys get back first to the tower. Ferris, the defender, is standing in the door and hits the spot on his chest and says, "Welcome to Novoskaya's magical repairs and accoutrements. We are busy for our high sun meal. Come back in 1 hour, please. Thank you."
Thanks, Ferris. You're doing a great job, but it's us. Just let us come in.
You can get around Ferris.
Just stays in the same spot out as you walk around him.
Yeah, like he slowly rotates to track me with the car.
Yes, that. You're like,
but it's just at the waist.
All right. Are you guys gonna go find Mitzi, or are you gonna go find Ilya?
We should find Mitzi.
Yeah.
Okay. So you make your way up. This tower definitely has more rooms up high. And you make your way up to one of the higher stories, and there are a series of rooms that have sun and a moon and a star kind of carved in the doors. The doors are open. There's clearly a lot of junk in here. The Pegasus is standing outside the door with the star on it, and then looks at you, and you hear it go, "About time."
Well, Peggy, what'd you all find?
I don't know. The cat's freaking out.
Oh, is the cat in here?
Yeah.
Well, we better hurry then. Please kick this door in for us.
It's
We could
open.
open it.
Just kick it
The
again.
the doors are all open. Okay, yeah. Peggy's kind of grumpy, so the Pegasus turns and kicks the door, and it bangs and slams and bangs and slams and bangs and slams, and then ends up hanging open again.
All right, let's go.
You hear Ilya down below go, "What are you guys doing?"
It's an emergency.
In this room, it is a mess. It is Artemisia. I don't know how you're doing in this, but it is not organized. It is piles of stuff that is tilting over. And you see Mitzi is sort of like perched on one of the head level heights by packs of stuff. You see boxes and books and part of some armor. And then on top of it, there is this little box, and Mitzi is sort of sitting next to it. And her fur is kind of fluffed up, and she keeps kind of peeking over. She is perched on top of a little stone tablet. She's sort of almost like she's guarding it. She keeps peeking over. She's like,
"Oh, there you are. I found something. Two somethings."
I see. It's a really good job.
Thank you.
So Artemisia is going to first like kind of smooth Mitzi's fur a little bit, and then she's gonna like look at the box but not touch the box yet.
okay. When you look inside the box, again, it seems like some junk. There is a what you recognize as a headband of intellect in there. There is a stack of notes, and there is a weird kind of jar with the green swirling light in it.
Ooh.
That you feel like you recall from a different place that what Mitzi would have called cold. This reminds you a lot of the strange green crystals that you found in Rashomon, the little plant that looked like a swirling orb of Lazar. Are you gonna pick any of this up?
Oh yeah.
I mean, we did carry it around when it was in the jar in
Yeah.
Rashomon.
We did.
So Artemisia is gonna pick up the box with everything in it, and like hold it and turn to Stong and be like, "We're gonna have to confront Ilya about this. Should we confront Ilya about this? We need Ilya's help, but we should confront him about this."
We should totally confront him about this, because if there's a chance that Ilya is not a good person, it's actually a dingle-dangle in disguise, then we're actually helping him further his plans, right?
Kayleth did get home, like he said.
I mean, but if he's actually a good person and all he wants to do is help us, I'm sure he's got a perfectly good explanation for this then, right? Either way we win, or sort of win-win-ish.
Stong, make me a perception check.
All right. Let's see. 6.
You look in that box and you're like, God, it's a lot of like spell math stuff.
My head hurts. That incense from earlier is really still getting to me.
No.
We need Sturge to look at this. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna like hide this behind something, because he's definitely not gonna. Ilya's not gonna stumble on it, and then we're gonna sleep, because I really need to sleep. And then tomorrow morning, with everybody, when we're all rested, then we're gonna talk to Ilya about it.
I like this plan.
So Sturge and Stong are coming back. Do you want to show them this really quick before you hide it, or do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, so through the telepathic bond, she'll be like, "So there's something you gotta see. How far out are you guys?"
You're right outside the door.
We're right outside the door.
We're home.
Okay. So come upstairs to the door with the Pegasus in front of it.
Don't let Ilya follow you.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, I wish this was like a cell phone call because I just imagine Florin going, okay. And then the next thing they hear is a distant, hello, welcome to. Okay, we'll
Okay.
make our way up there.
So you guys come up there and Artemisia shows you the box. Florin, you are like, what is the deal here?
Yeah,
There's, like,
everyone's
some wizard
reacting. I'm just like,
notes and a globe of green weird light, and a headband of intellect.
are the like why are we all terrified of this?
So Artemisia's
Look,
gonna
Stahl's
hand it
gonna
to
shove
Serge.
the circle of intellect on Florin's head before we explain this. To
No!
maximize his intelligence.
Florin, you're wearing a headband of intellect.
Oh wow! Oh,
Well,
he
now I
did
get
fail
it.
that math test.
So Artemisia is gonna hand the box to Sturge and like glare at Stong. You don't know that like maybe it would drain him too.
Well,
And-
intellect headbands make people smarter.
Yeah, but not when they have the evil green crystal. Okay.
Do you feel
so-
smarter, Florin?
Yeah. It's weird. I'm still not 100% sure why we're all scared of this.
Okay, so I have to explain it to you. So she's gonna be like, "Don't go," and she's gonna turn to Florin and be like, "Okay, so our Cecilia, Ilya, we went to her homeland, and what we found was that for Cecilia, her father made up a spell to like drain like her knowledge and her magic, and he was using it in this like crystal, and it like ate part of him that was turning into these seeds, and we collected bits of them, and like that's what's in the jar, and it was this whole new spell, and I read his notes and they didn't, well, that's not how I do magic, they didn't really make sense to me, but Sturge seemed to think he was onto something, but like it was just like really, really, really ooky magic. And why does this Ilya have it? And did this Ilya like trap his father? Or like,
am I wearing stolen intelligence on my head?
I mean, are you smart enough to figure it out yourself?
I tried to stop Stong.
Yeah, we're just gonna take that off and just gonna put that over there. My brain feels weird.
All right.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Sturge,
Yes.
you looked at Lazar's notes. You worked out Lazar's notes. So here is a bunch of papers.
And are these the same? Are these more Lazar notes that I'm looking at?
Yeah, make me a perception check, I guess.
Okay.
Or what's a good knowledge? Actually, I just had knowledge. That would be
Arcana
better.
or
Give me Arcana. Well, it's Arcana, and it's also, can you recognize his handwriting? So just do Arcana, because they are arcane notes.
okay. 28.
28. Okay. This definitely feels like Lazar's handwriting. Again, you're stopped by, what is the difference between a person and their shadow? But this feels like Lazar's notes.
Do the notes kind of scan the same way? Or are they just as evil and messed up?
This seems to be more about kind of the nature of this place. More about sort of, like you saw Ilya's like crazy conspiracy board. This seems like it's more in line with that. It's got sort of things that look like it's kind of measuring angles of shadow, and also like commentary on like the nature of a soul, and like how does magic do the thing. And it is the same way that Lazar's notes, when you read Lazar's notes in the real world, you were struck by the fact that this man is definitely, as evil as he definitely was, definitely brilliant and passionate about magic. And that is still coming through. It is not, when you flip through them, you do not see the spell that he used, the siphoning spell. It is not here. However, you do notice something else. On the back of several pieces of these notes, you find sheet music.
I look closer. Is this Stong music?
Stahl looks at it.
Stong.
Does it seem familiar?
it seems, you read it and you're like, it doesn't look like any of your songs, but you're like, oh, I wish I'd written that.
This is good stuff.
Oh. So if this is Stong music,
Not Stong music, right?
Yeah,
I
it
think
looks,
Shadow Stong.
yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I think you like Sturge looking at it, it's hard to tell someone's handwriting in their music notation, but you've seen a lot of Stong's sheet music and you're like, yeah, plausibly. And the fact that Stong looks at this and goes, that's good stuff. Feels like it.
That's stuff I always dreamed I would be writing or thought I was writing. So
what?
So who's writing these notes? This is not Shadow Lazar.
It's Shadow Lazar on the one side, as far as you can tell.
And he wrote on the back of some of Stong's
the
sheet
back.
music.
So
That was-
Stong traveled to Rashomon.
Shadow Song. Interesting.
Give
Ooh,
me
maybe
that headband of intellect. I need to put it on before I think about this.
Stolen intellect.
Interesting.
So Floor dropped it. Take it.
Yeah, Stog takes the head because I mean, there's no spell to steal intellect that is there. So in this world, that's not what this headband does. It clearly just gives intellect. So Stog puts it on his head, and he wants to
Lord.
think about the puzzle.
And this green stuff looks just like the green stuff.
It looks like
From
when you
before.
found, so I will say this, the headband seemed to be full of crystals Lazar had made of stolen magic in the headband that Cecilia found eventually. What you found was similar crystals, and when you collected them with True Sight, you saw the face of Lazar, and once you collected enough of them, you started to hear him sort of speaking, but you couldn't quite make out what it was.
Oh, I
But
see.
you found them just to remind you guys, because it's been a while. You found some in the fireplace. You found that weird plant in the fireplace.
Yeah.
You found the broken spear in the mouth of the boar spirit, and you found splinters in the back of Sebastian's head, and all of these collected together in this sort of weird combination of some kind of Lazar remnant.
Yeah, so I think maybe Stong remembers this as he's like about to put on the headband of intellect, and then he looks at it again, and then he's like, well, better safe than sorry, I guess. And then slowly lowers it again.
So are these fragments of a person?
I'm gonna be perfectly honest, you guys did not figure that out before.
Okay, so here's what I was telling Stong earlier. We have to ask Ilya, but I think we should do it well rested in case anything goes wrong.
We might learn what they are from Ilya, because we don't really know, and that may be. Yes, I like this.
I mean, so it sounds like it's not necessarily evil. So good. I didn't want to think that Ilya was evil.
I think that for tonight, we should put that back where it was, rest, and then confront him about it in the morning.
Yeah.
All right.
Very
That
good.
sounds like a plan. All right. So let's stop there for the evening. You have found out a
Yeah.
little bit. You've given some you've gained some insight to perhaps what your shadow selves are getting up to, where they might be, and explored Shadow Westgate just a little bit. Left with some maybe allies, maybe some allies are enemies. Who even knows? But we'll find out more next week, right here, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. I've been Erin M. Evans. I'm your DM. You can follow me on Twitter at Erin M. Evans or Blue Sky, the same kind of name. You can listen to my podcast, Writing About Dragons and Shit, with Trevor right here and B. Dave Walters. We talk about writing and also whatever else we feel like talking about. 2 new episodes this week, so have fun, binge it. You can also join me on this channel for Concentration Check every Monday at 1:30 p.m. Pacific. Come get some writing done with me and with Yang Yang. We do Pomodoro sprints, and it is a lot of fun. You can also pick up my book, Empire of Exiles, a pseudo-locked room fantasy mystery. The pseudo-locked room mystery in an epic fantasy setting. There we go. That's the one.
Boom.
And if you've already enjoyed that, please remember Relics of Ruin is available for pre-order. The sequel, Spooky Skeleton Mystery Wall. All that political stuff is falling down around everybody. It's great. Everything's okay. It's not. And one more time, our sponsor, Idle Champions of Forgotten Realms. Thank you so much. Check them out at idlechampions.com.
Hey, I've been Rian and Held. I'm also on both Twitter and Blue Sky at Rian and Held. And check out my books. If you like EPUBs, they are on sale. All of them, all my indie published books for 50% off on Smashwords. I will put the link in the chat. And especially check out my space opera under RZ Held, the Amsterdam Institute series, starting with Clean Install. It's got action, adventure, romance, nanite technology, carbon composite wings, emotional support cats, snarky AIs, all kinds of good stuff. And tonight, thank you to our moderators. I believe I saw Maridug and Rumpus Bratter in the chat. And also thank you to Celerine and Shay in general, because they're also moderators. And remember to enter our dice giveaway for one cool set of Phoenix dice shipped anywhere in the world, your choice, exclamation point ticket, because we will be drawing that soon.
Yeah, and special thanks and shout out to Monk of Greyhawk. Thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. You know, we really appreciate your support. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Yang Yang Wang. Please join us on our Discord. We're like a really awesome community of like chill folks. We talk like books, games, TV shows, like all the good stuff. Type in !Discord into the chat to get a link to join. And yeah, I'll pass it on to Steven.
Hi, everybody. I'm Steven Merlino. I mentioned in one of our earlier episodes that I'm going to be doing a show called, or a campaign called The Affairs of Wizards. And originally we were going to do it in the fall, but we've moved it to the first of the year. So you'll hear about more of it along the way, but I just wanted to correct that. First of the year, January 1st, we'll start looking at doing that. Yeah, and that's it for me.
Hey, I'm Trevor Bettis. I'm the writer for Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. I was playing Florin Morin. You can find me on all of the social medias because, as we all know, there are way too many of them now. At the Trevor, there's an A hiding in there. And yeah, listen to writing about dragons and shit. We put out 2 episodes this week because I forgot to hit publish last week. So pass the savings
you wanted
on to you.
everybody this week to feel like they got a special present.
Double feature, just like Barbenheimer.
I love it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Before we pick the winner of the dice, I just want to ask the viewers, for our regular viewers, did you notice something a little different this week? Perhaps about Sturge? If you haven't, take a look at his character art and see if you notice a difference.
Yes.
Special
Very
shout out to George for that wonderful new art for Steven. It is, I don't know if you want to quickly talk about it, Steven, and like, why you did
yes.
Can you put the full one up?
I'll throw the full one up in Discord.
There you go. Yeah.
Hey-yo.
It's a redo because when we first got the art for the Westgate Irregulars, I was in a moment with Sturge that lasted no more than a moment. And it was a flamboyantly dressed, kind of super colorful, and that lasted about a session. And then so for the rest of the entire campaign, his art is him dressed up almost like, I don't know, a clown in a way. And so he's more Jack Skellington and Snape. And so we got art that reflects that now. And at the last minute, he goes, "Oh, you want to add anything?" I thought, it'd be kind of funny if you had a satchel full of wands. Now he's got it looks like he's going golfing with a bunch of wands in his golf bag.
I did also drop a link to Jorge's comic Curse of the Eel, which is great. It's kind of eldritch horror and also teenage angst.
Go support Jorge.
So you should definitely check it out. It's great.
That sounds cool. Yeah. I just got into Cthulhu stuff listening to.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, well, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Yeah.
I'm going to close the dice giveaway now, and I'm going to draw a winner now. Congratulations, Meyer Doug.
Oh,
Heck yeah. Winning a set of dice of your choice from phoenixdice.com. I will get in touch with you about which dice set and how to redeem it. Congrats again.
cool.
All right.
Trevor, you up?
So,
Or you already go?
Oh, I already went.
you
Yeah, I
go?
already went.
Oh, okay.
okay.
I did.
So, all right. Until next week,
Yeah.
Rhiannon.
Oh, may your word counts and your rolls be equally high.